And I think that it actually improved the UI and some of the performance issues in Streamlabs. Imagine that. A Streamlabs update that actually did something good. Wow. Incredible. So before we get started today, I want to talk about... Before we get started today, I want to talk about... Oh, sorry. Let me... I just did a bunch of prep work, and now, of course, I've, like, forgot to do microphone stuff. Can you talk for a second?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, great. Good job. Good job saying, like, 4 words.
Hey,
yay!
The bare minimum.
Anyway, before we begin the show, I want to talk about Game of Thrones.
Oh, good.
So earlier this week on Twitter, Game of Thrones started to trend because there are again, this is rumors and speculation. There's no official announcement for this yet. That because the Snyder Cut is being so well received and so well regarded by members of the HBO Max community, that there are apparently back alley deals and conversations happening to go back and remaster the finale of Game of Thrones.
Remaster.
Now,
sure.
I know we talk about Game of Thrones a lot on this show. It just kind of comes up because it was at one point a very, like, prominent cultural touchstone, and it had such
it was the show. It was the show.
And it had such a colossally disappointing finale that it left
you
such a bad taste in
idea.
People's mouth. Here's my question to you. So I didn't finish it, right? I only got up to season 5,
Good.
and then I was out.
Good. Stay that way.
So as somebody who was, like, more burnt, you got more burned by the ending of Game of Thrones than King's Landing did.
That's what the courts say.
Do you want would this be something you want, or is it too late? Is it too late?
I think it's too late. It's way too late. The passion is gone. Like,
right.
For the main creators of, like, one of the main reasons why some people don't really like the later seasons is because that's when George R.R. Martin said, "Hey, I'm not giving any more notes. Like, you guys are on your own at this point."
I'm out of material for you to work with. So good luck.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, the passion is gone. Like, they really, like, if you look at interviews with D&D and, like, those are the creators of the show. That's just what we call them. Abbreviated, 2 creators.
I'm familiar with D&D.
Yeah. You could totally tell that they did not want to do this anymore. They didn't want to slum around Spain or Dublin or wherever the hell they've been filming at for the next goddamn, like, years.
Right.
Even HBO was just like, we'll give you, like, a couple more seasons. Like, do you want to finish this? And they're just like, nah, we can finish it in 2 and a half.
I think for me, the most heartbreaking part about Game of Thrones, and again, I'm not really a Star Wars fan, but, like, I think for me, the most heartbreaking thing is that the reason that they decided to kind of leave Game of Thrones in shambles, basically, is because they're like, aha, we're gonna go film this new trilogy of Star Wars movies.
It was supposed to be a new trilogy of Star Wars movies,
and then that fell through. So abandoned. You basically created
for creative differences.
You basically destroyed the finale to one of the most highly anticipated shows of the last, like, decade to potentially create 3 films, which you didn't even end up getting the project for.
Nope.
So
they cited creative differences when talking to Lucasfilms or in Disney.
To me,
and they were just like,
to me, that's the most heartbreaking thing of all. That, like, they made the promise to the fans of Game of Thrones, like, listen, okay, we're throwing in the towel for Game of Thrones, but if you love Star Wars, be sure to look out for our new project. And then so basically the excuse that you gave to leave the project is something you didn't even end up doing.
Exactly.
To me, that's almost more heartbreaking than the actual finale.
Yeah. Oh god, that finale. And I was the biggest season 8 apologist that you would imagine.
No,
I'd be like, oh, it's not that. I was optimistic. I was naive.
A Game of Thrones stan.
I was a Game of Thrones stan. Even, like, for the first, like, 2 episodes of the show.
Right.
Or for the first 2 episodes of the final season.
Yeah.
I was like, it's a little strange, but I can get behind it.
Right, right.
And then episode 4 happened, and I'm just like, what are you guys doing?
You remember that one? Do you remember that one episode of The Simpsons where Lisa tries to convince her family to not eat a like the Christmas? It's either like Thanksgiving or
It was
Christmas.
pig.
It was a pig,
It
yeah.
was like,
It's the pig,
yeah, it was the
and
pig.
so she pushes the pig like out the door, and it like goes all over town, and it's getting progressively worse and worse. And Homer's like, "It's still good. It's still good. It's just a little water. It's still good. It's still good. Oh, it's just a little bit of dirt. It's still good. It's still good." And then it crashes and burns.
Yep.
That's what happened to Game of Thrones. That was you watching the final season of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it just narratively speaking, it makes no goddamn sense what happens in the last couple episodes.
Right.
Like especially the last episode where like they just took the suspension of disbelief and then just threw it outside and then just torched it on fire. Like it doesn't make any sense. They're just like, they wanted to end the season as quickly as humanly possible. It's like, all right, we're gonna do this. It's like, don't we need like a full 10 episode season? No, we'll just make each episode like 90 minutes. It'll be fine.
To me, what really is, and again, I didn't watch it, but I basically know, because of the Lindsay Ellis video, and basically through you and Lindsay Ellis, I know what happened at the end of Game of Thrones. To me, the most insulting thing is that you take the character, who is by far the least popular character with the least popular story segment of the entire run of the show, Bran.
Yeah.
And listen,
good old Raisin Bran.
You take who is the person who is debatably the most boring character, who has the least amount of development throughout the entire run of the series.
Yeah, you want to know what Bran's journey was? This is Bran's journey right here.
And you leave him on the throne of Westeros. Yeah, exactly. That was his entire. Oh God.
The three-eyed raven.
It's true. It's true, you guys. It's true.
Oh wait, we have to go back to the wall.
Oh yeah, that's right. We gotta go back. The ice zombies are coming.
Oh! Now I gotta go back to Winterfell. That's it. That's the whole damn. That's
bravo.
That's it. That's Brad's story right there.
Bravo! Wonderful. 10 out of 10 performance. But no, that's exactly right. And I think the clip that just kind of, to me, is the most insulting part is where Brad goes up to Jamie and says to him, "Yeah, listen, I know you pushed me out a window and crippled me and ruined my entire life, and your entire family tried to kill my entire family, but we're good. We're good, man. Don't worry about it."
It was Littlefinger that basically instigated that whole war.
Right.
Littlefinger alone ended up killing like millions of people.
No, don't. Hey, Jamie. Hey, listen. Don't worry about it, man. You crippled me, ruined my entire life, and tried to murder and you incited my family in a plot to get us all killed and murdered. But hey, we're bros, okay? It's fine. We're bros. Yeah. But anyway, are you, speaking of Game of Thrones? So the finale of Game of Thrones was at the end, they basically the HBO basically teased the fact that they are doing not just one but multiple spin-off series.
Yeah, they're doing like 3 prequel shows. They're doing like one is about
the Ice King.
Oh, go
ahead. There's one about the Ice King. I know that's not what he's called, but
the Ice King.
Although admit, you would watch the crap out of a show where it's the Ice King in Westeros going, "Gunter, what do you think I should do?"
Kill all of them.
No,
Gunter.
I
can guide you to an Oh God.
No, Gunter, I can't murder everybody.
Oh,
hey,
dear.
Simon Petrikov, you're in Westeros. What? No, but so did the finale of Game of Thrones ruin any enthusiasm you have for all the spin-off shows?
I mean, if they get different showrunners,
okay,
I'll maybe come back because like I still like the world of Westeros. I just don't like how they executed the show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you have to have that disconnect. So I don't know, man. We'll see. I mean, if they do one about like the Blackfire Rebellion and like
Okay, you know what I would like to see as a TV movie. You know what I want to see is
the war before. Oh God, what was the name of the war that happened right before the show?
I know what you're talking about, but no, what I want to see is because you know how at the beginning of the show Jamie is already the Kingslayer.
Mm-hmm.
I would like to see a TV movie where it shows Jamie killing the Mad King.
Yeah, that's what I was basically saying.
Okay.
Like they basically just have the prequel where like, you know, Lyanna gets kidnapped and then Rhaegar kidnaps her and they elope. Like spoiler alerts, by the way, they elope, but we don't know that. And then like it's Robert. Yeah, they could basically just make a whole Robert's Rebellion.
And I wanted to just be a 2-hour TV movie. It doesn't have to be a full season. It doesn't have to be this whole thing. I
would even settle for like maybe like a 6-hour miniseries. I feel like that would be a lot better.
2-3 hour movies. Okay. All right.
Yeah, or like 6 1-hour episodes. I feel like that'd be good.
Before we go too far down the Westeros rabbit hole, I want to say welcome to the weekly chat. Today is 420. And we are going to do a show where we talk about news and also possibly smoking the devil's lettuce.
The good old laser lettuce, Satan's coleslaw.
We will not. This is a family show, and I'm trying to swear. And I'm trying to swear less on the show. And also, in addition to that, we're not going to be toking up on the show. That's inappropriate. Didn't you go to Dare? Yeah. Don't you know that the marijuana is bad for you?
What? I'm sorry, what?
Oh my goodness.
No,
I'm just kidding.
I know this.
But by the way, for anyone who thinks I'm serious, I am not. I'm very pro marijuana. I'm just doing a gag, okay? Because
the war on drugs. For the record, for the court, we are stone cold sober.
The war on drugs was a complete success, okay? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it. The war on drugs was a huge, massive success that in no way backfired on anybody.
We did it, Nancy. We saved the inner city.
That's right. Oh, okay. Speaking of Reagan, and speaking of the war on drugs, okay. Did you know that Elvis Presley met Nixon once when he was still president?
Yeah, I've seen the photo.
Okay, so you have seen the photo. Okay, so for anyone who hasn't seen the photo, yeah. So for anyone who do you know the context behind that photo?
I do not.
Okay, so during the Nixon presidency, Elvis Presley was still kind of bopping around. It was still a somewhat popular figure. And one day...
I think he was going into his karate phase at that point.
Karate phase. But anyway...
No, Elvis Presley actually knew karate.
Oh, no, I mean, I don't doubt that. I didn't... Really? Okay, anyway. But anyway, so one day, Nixon's at the White House, and a staff member calls him up on the phone and is like, Mr. President, Elvis Presley is here for you, and Elvis and Nixon says,
"Nixon's back.
I'm not expecting Mr. Presley. Why is he here?" And the person on the phone says, "I don't know. He just wants to talk to you." And Nixon says, "Okay." And so.
I'm meeting you halfway, hippies.
That's right. And so he invites Nixon into the Oval Office, and Nixon and Presley basically talks to Nixon and says, "I want to help you fight drugs, sir. Give me the no, seriously. Like apparently there was this point in time where Elvis Presley, this like burnt out musician, was trying to be like, I want to be anti-drug, sir. Give me the authority to be like an anti-drug icon." And so Nixon.
No, honey, just don't touch my fried peanut butter and banana sandwiches, and we're good.
And so essentially, Nixon gave Presley this like unofficial like badge of like, unofficial official drug enforcer. And so that's why they're in that photo together. Hang on, you know what? Let me see if I can find the photo. Hang on a second. Hang on one second.
Nixon's back.
Hang on.
Agnew, you belong to Wardstrom now. Futurama.
Elvis and Nixon.
Presley and Richard Nixon going to snitch.
Are you snitching?
What? What
doesn't-
sort of madman bullshit PR move did his fucking agent?
So Elvis, yeah. So basically, the long story short, Nixon became a narc. Hang on.
What a jokester.
Let me do this and let me do this. Yeah. So here it is. This is. Oh, sorry. Get out of here. Times. I'll eat your cookies. Whatever. I don't give a crap. Anyway, this is Nixon and Elvis, and they met together to essentially fight drugs. Because remember, kids, drugs are bad.
Like the war.
Drugs are bad,
Drugs
kids.
are bad. Okay.
Okay.
Did you put it in the notepad?
No, but here, I showed it on stream, but here, I'll put it in the notepad for you. Give me a second.
Put it in the notepad for the folks.
Hang on a minute. Let me put the curtain back up because I don't want people to see the Discord stuff. I have to put.
Hey, no attention, Bill.
I gotta put the curtain up. Anyway, here you go.
God.
Anyway. Oh, so.
He looks stoned in this picture.
Yeah, he does, right? Oh, come on. There we go. Okay.
Now, honey, I may have smoked 2 spliffs on the way over here, but trust me.
Fixed it. All right, great. So.
Was it specifically marijuana, or was it like other stuff?
I think it was more.
Was it that smack?
I think it was
white China.
I think it was
oh
more.
My God.
I think it was more specifically towards like cocaine and like harder drugs like that, but like probably marijuana. I mean, back then probably marijuana too.
Probably, yeah.
So let's go and take a look at what we're going to be talking about today. That we have lots of stuff that we're talking about, and we have a lot of stuff to react to. None of it from Warner Brothers, cause screw those guys. They won't let me stream their clips. And I don't want to have to deal with their stupid copyright nonsense, so screw them. It's very hard for me not to swear because every impulse of my body is telling me to swear right now, and I'm trying to clean up my.
Hey man, did you just?
I'm trying to be better about.
I know we gotta try to clean it up.
I mean, like I'm actually making a more consistent effort to not swear as much, especially on this show. Not because like ew swearing, but like I don't know. I don't think it's necessarily a good thing to always come across as somebody who just like swears profusely.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people.
George Carlin, we hate.
Yeah, and I think people take you a lot less seriously when all you say is profanities all the time. And it's not like, listen,
well, it's like
I love
gotta save it. You gotta drop it when it's
right.
most potent.
Like I love
yeah,
I love a good F word or a good like F you screw you kind of thing. I also love saying.
I've been finding different ways to tell people to screw off. Essentially,
I also like saying.
Like lately, I've been telling people to go pound sand.
Right,
like,
exactly. My favorite is go die in a fire. Like, oh, go die in a fire.
Yeah, but still, the occasional F-bomb does slip out of me.
I like saying
I drink like a fish, I smoke like a sailor, and I swear I drink like a smish.
A smish?
I can't.
Do you drink like a smish?
Yes, I drink like a smish. I smish.
Is that like a
one smish, blue smish,
I was gonna say, is that a Dr. Seuss fish, a smish?
Yes.
Oh, by the way,
it's a Swiss miss.
And by the way, yes, I'm very much aware that we've already canceled Dr. Seuss. Okay, I'm aware that we've already done a whole episode where we hashtag canceled Old Man Seuss. We didn't do that. We didn't do that, I swear.
God. So
anyway, what we're talking.
I got really. Yeah, it's just like this whole cancel thing has just gotten too crazy for my taste.
If this is your first time, if this is your first time hearing this podcast, by the way, we do an entire episode on cancel culture. And speaking of which, since I got you here, why not in the first hour of this video, why don't you leave a thumbs up? Why don't you leave a comment? And why don't you hit that notification bell so you can see our new episodes, which come out every single Friday at 9:30 Pacific Standard Time.
A smash
was
for
that
the
smooth?
bell for the weekly chat. It's a smash for America. Ring that Liberty Bell.
Was that not smooth as butter right there that I just did?
No, it's pretty sick, actually. But yeah, this whole cancel thing just got... There was this content creator that I followed on TikTok for, like, probably since I started. And then, like, it just kind of devolved into, like... I'm not going to say her name, but, like, the thing that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way is that when I saw, like, her last video, it's like, oh, boy. It was, like, the whole Reiner thing, where it was the girl who was, like, simping for Reiner.
Oh, okay.
When he was committing suicide. And then this woman was looking at the camera. I was like, all right, who we canceling? What's going on? Who needs to be canceled? And I'm just like, can't do this anymore.
Well,
Like,
I
you're
mean,
acting-
I didn't want to talk about it because I didn't put it in the show notes. But have you been following the Lindsay Ellis controversy the last couple of weeks?
I have, yeah.
Did you see her? So did you, before I talk about it? Did
I
you,
started watching it last night, but
Okay,
then I
okay.
fell asleep.
Okay, that's fair. It is like it is 2 hours.
It's an hour and it's an hour and 20 minutes long.
It
I'm
is
just like,
it is an hour and like 40 minutes. It's a long video, but essentially, if
Yeah.
you don't know, okay. So Lindsay Ellis is a really prominent creator on YouTube.
we've been following her for what, like over 10 years at this point.
So like she was first
Nostalgia chick.
she got internet fame
Internet famous.
through
Infamy?
through that guy Infamy. Thank you. She got internet fame through that.
Although I would argue that GIF of her is probably more famous than the
Oh no,
than the
sure,
nostalgia
but
chick.
so she started off doing that, and then
if you know, you know.
basically during the fallout of that guy with the glasses, she basically broke off from Doug Walker and started doing her own stuff, and she became honestly way more successful than him, I would argue. She
really had.
Yeah, she has a
The content's way better.
well, not only that, so she makes video essays that are really profound and really thoughtful, in my opinion. And then she also
what was the name of that show that she did, where she did with like different canons of different characters?
That's Loose Cannon. Yeah.
I
But
wish she would do it again, but I know it was like too much.
so there's Loose Cannon, there's the video essays, and she's a YA author. She has a book called Axiom's End, and she's in the process of releasing the second book in that series. Anyway, so she's on Twitter, and she made a post. So somebody basically was talking about the new Disney movie, like Raya the Last Dragon or whatever. Which apparently, by the way, that movie tanked on Disney Plus like real bad.
I heard it did okay.
No. Apparently it did real bad in terms of like Disney Plus money. But anyway, that has nothing to do with the story.
That was like one of those Premiere Plus things, right?
Yeah.
Where you had to pay like $30. You shouldn't be spending $30.
This is this. By the way, minor aside, this is now
$20. I can kind of understand, but 30.
This is
$30 freaking dollars.
This is now the second time that Disney has tried to do this premium price nonsense, and it's the second time where it has blown up profoundly in their face. Anyway, nothing to do with nothing to do with the actual story. Anyway, so Lindsay Ellis was talking about Raya the Last Dragon on Twitter, and I won't say the tweet verbatim, but essentially she makes this tweet that says, Raya the Last Dragon is very similar to Avatar the Last Airbender. And I mean...
in so many words, yeah.
She's kind of not wrong? I don't know. So, like, this is the tweet that got her canceled? But even if you watch her video, in her own words, she was not canceled.
No, it was one of those things. It was a very...
So she took. So
I want to say it was like.
Here's the thing.
I think it was.
She took down her own Twitter. She was not removed from Twitter. She took down her own Twitter. It's not. Yeah, Twitter did not suspend her account or anything. In fact, I think she's back on Twitter now.
Makes sense.
But she, if you watch the video, in so many words, she basically says, "Hey, I think a lot of you guys are reading my tweet out of context. I'm no longer going to be on Twitter." The only thing she's doing on Twitter now is like promoting her shows and her books, and I think that's it.
Hang on one second. Will you stop that?
Oh, we're having cat problems already. Anyway,
No.
essentially, oh hey, look, there's a cat.
She's like pawing. She's trying to punch a hole through my TV.
Oh, nice, love that.
So, there's a whole nice comfy bed for you to lay on, and you're destroying my TV.
Yeah, but
Rude.
in so many
Very
words,
rude.
in so many words, she basically kind of lays out. And by the way, it's not an apology video. So what I like about the video is it's not like a YouTube apology video. In fact, honestly, she gets very raw, and she basically says, "Hey, I know that I should be less snarky on Twitter, but also at the same time, a lot of you guys are like just looking for drama." And she's not, and she's not wrong.
She's not wrong.
She's not wrong
just like
at all.
a lot of. I hate to generalize a lot of people, but I'm gonna say it out loud anyway. I feel like a lot of people that tried to have her canceled
Right.
are the same people that really. I'm just gonna say it outright. It was a lot of like right leaning
Oh yeah, no,
perspective.
If you
They were just like piranhas in the water, just waiting to take a bite.
if
And
you
I'm
watch
just like,
her video, she talks about how the majority of people who criticized her over the Raya tweet, Raya, I don't know. I'm gonna say Raya. Um, a lot of the bulk of people who criticized her over the Raya tweet were white people, and so listen, I understand how somebody could perhaps take her tweet out of context, but my first gut impression of the tweet was not like, wow, that's racist. My first gut instinct to her tweet was like, oh yeah, like I didn't think it was her trying to take pot shots at a culture. I thought it was her, like I read it as her doing an analysis of pop culture. And so from that, like I don't know, like do you see what I'm saying? Like I didn't look at it as like a racial tweet. I looked at it as like, we're all here on the internet studying pop culture together. We have to be able to.
well, it's like that.
We have to be
Well,
able.
she's
like,
coming. She's not coming at it as like a normal person. She's coming at it as a critic
Right,
and
right.
a writer.
and like that, and that's how I
as
look.
as a person of Asian descent, I read the tweet and I'm just like, okay, that's just a take. Like it's fine. Like it's not like she. I took no personal offense
Yeah,
to
like-
it. I know a lot of other people that are Asian. They did not take any personal offense to it. I'm sure maybe some of them did, but like I just because that's the thing about reading stuff on the internet. Tone.
Right.
You need
Twitter is
the tone
really
is-
Twitter is, and I think we talked about this during our cancel culture episode, and you brought up a really profound point in my opinion, that Twitter is really bad at letting people decide like someone's like tone about something.
Yeah.
So, like for
Because-
example, in my tweet where I complained about CD Projekt Red, I said I made a joke about how somebody should stub their toe on a coffee table. And Twitter
and then you got banned.
and
And
Twitter
then you went into Twitter jail for like 24 hours.
and Twitter was basically like, hey, you can't encourage self-harm. And like look, I took my ban like a man. And so that's fine. But my point being is that like some people will take you out of context on Twitter, and it's really hard to tell.
Well, it's like that's the weird
whether or
thing
not
about
somebody-
language.
whether-
You could say something totally innocuous,
Right.
and then, but it depending on how you say it. Like, take this for example. It's like, say like somebody comes over. It's like, hey buddy, how you doing? You doing okay? But then if you have an asshole that's coming in, it's like, hey buddy, how you doing? You doing okay? Like it's completely
if
different.
you post that on Twitter, no one's gonna. And here's the thing:
Nobody's gonna know.
they're not gonna know whether or not that's an encouraging statement or like a sarcastic statement, because it's and then the other side of that coin is how genuine is somebody on Twitter, right? And I know what you're thinking, like what do you mean? But like, so
No, I know exactly what you mean.
but like, so like if there's a Nazi on Twitter and they say, oh, you know, kill all Jews, if you post a comment under them and say, hey, that's like kind of messed up, why would you say that? That person will then, like 99% of the time, that person will be like, it's just a joke, buddy. Can't you take a joke? But
Just a prank, bro.
and then me, yeah, it's just a prank, bro. But for me, I start thinking, okay, but even
Still said this horrible thing.
even if that's a joke, that's still kind of a messed up thing to just casually toss
Yeah,
around.
like you shouldn't be saying that.
That's
at
just
all.
like a casual. That's like kind of that's kind of a hardcore thing to be tossing around casually, even as a joke or satire or something.
Look who I found behind my monitor.
And so
I found a raccoon.
and so when it comes to
Yeah,
Twitter,
hi, Libby.
oh
Yeah,
my
hi, dude.
God, I'm trying to make a profound point about Twitter discourse, and Nick is over here with his cat.
Hey, you know what? My cat started it. She's going behind the monitor, like rubbing her cheeks against the wires.
Yeah.
I don't
Anyway,
like it.
but anyway, so
Can't-
one of my biggest struggles on Twitter is I don't know whether or not anybody, even people I like, how genuine is anyone on social media, but like more specifically Twitter. If I like, just me personally, when I say something on Twitter, it's something that I mean, right? Like I'll joke around, but like, and I'll make like over the top statements, but when I say something serious, like when I like just oh Jesus Christ. When for example, I have a thread on Twitter where I talk about every single movie I've seen during the year. So in that thread, when I do my little one tweet reviews of movies, I'm giving you my honest opinion of those movies. I'm not being sarcastic, right?
Right.
So you have somebody like James Rolfe who does the AVGN character. And if you know anything about James Rolfe, you know that the character of the nerd is nothing like James Rolfe is nothing like the nerd character.
No, we met the man in person, and like he was nothing what we expected,
well, like,
but in a good way.
Not even like you don't even have to meet the guy in person. You can just tell from his other non-AVGN videos that like you can tell that he's a quiet.
I know, but I was just low key flexing that we met the nerd.
Oh, sure, for sure. You can tell that he's a quiet, like filmmaking kind of geeky nerd guy, right? Especially I like when he films his cats. And speaking of cats, I like when he you can tell when he talks about his like his daughters and his cats and his family. You can tell he's a really genuinely good person. And so when he puts on the persona of the nerd, you as a viewer know, oh, he's playing a character. But on Twitter, it's really hard to make that like distinction. Like, are you playing a, like, for me, my question becomes like, are you playing a character or a persona right now? Or are you being like, is Nick Caldwell on Twitter the same Nick Caldwell in real life? And like,
I like to think it is.
No, but like, I'm just using you as an example, but like, I do, and so nowadays I do that with everybody, and it's exhausting.
It is very exhausting. Whoa.
And so like for example, there are people like Dr. Disrespect, right? Who so his character that he plays on stream is like this like supreme kind of like I don't want to say the F word boy. He's this supreme kind of like
he's
douchey
a bit
bro.
of a douchebag.
He's kind of this douche bro character, but in real life apparently he's not. I don't know, but like apparently in real life he's nothing like that. So, but then here's the thing: some people become so disillusioned that they buy into that fantasy, and so.
Dog Walker, what? Who said that?
Bless you, sir. Bless you.
Oh.
That sounded like a bad sneeze.
Oh wow, that was a very bad sneeze.
I'll tell you what. I'll remember it so you don't have to from now on. All right.
I'll put that on my demo reel.
Oh God! Oh no! By the way, speaking of he who shall not be named, did you watch the Folding Ideas video about the wall?
No,
it's really good.
Supposed to send it to me.
I encourage you to watch the Folding Ideas video about the wall. It like. So I watched I watched a lot of people review The Wall, and essentially a lot of their criticism, like I watched Ralph the Movie Maker, and I watched the Jar Media podcast, and I watched a bunch of other people talk about The Wall.
Didn't Pointer Reviews do one too?
No, he reviewed To Boldly Flee.
Oh,
right. I don't think he talked about The Wall.
You're never gonna see this, but get on it. Review The Wall. That'd be some good content.
He's too busy working on an iCarly review. Which I cannot. Which I cannot wait.
I cannot wait for.
Unironically, I cannot wait for that review.
That's gonna be glorious.
But anyway,
Dan Schneider.
So Folding Ideas really digs into like why. So Doug Walker's thesis throughout the entire Wall is that the whole video is an homage to Pink Floyd, and it's such a beautiful homage to their music, and we're gonna sell the album, which is it's a love letter to Pink Floyd. And Folding Ideas spends about 40 minutes in his video, a really well done video, by the way. He spends 40 minutes basically dismantling the argument of you don't even like or seem to understand Pink Floyd. So how can you create a love letter to them if you don't even understand the movie you're criticizing in the first place?
Did you see Link? Like, I know you don't really follow Linkara at all, but sometimes I'll get like a few like bits of his thread.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He just went on this massive thread a couple days ago, just ripping into Doug. He's just like, Doug's kind of so far up his own butt that like he didn't even realize that demo reel was a failure until it was too late.
Right.
And I'm just like, ooh.
Well, I mean, it doesn't surprise me because apparently in To Boldly Flee, so like this is one of the big controversies of the Not So Awesome document, is that apparently in the original script for To Boldly Flee, there was a scene in the movie where you know how Linkara
Oh, I think I remember.
So you know in Linkara's like show he has like an evil version of himself who's like a robot.
Yeah, Mecha-Kara.
He's like an evil robot version. So there was supposed to be a scene where like Robo-Kara takes Lindsay Ellis into this like bedroom and like transforms her into a robot, but like the way that it was framed was supposed to make it look like a weird rape scene.
I remember this,
and so both of the actors in question looked at the script and said,
no.
What?
Fuck no, baby.
Well, no, they were like, is this a? And at first they thought it was a joke, right? They're like, ha, that's funny. Wait, what? Yeah, like that. It was that. Anyway, before we go too off the deep end here, yeah, bottom line, I think people's reaction to Lindsay Ellis was completely overblown. I think that she does way more good than potential bad. I don't know, like, and yeah, I guess like I come from a privileged place to say that because you know I'm some dumb white bearded asshole on the internet, but like I don't know, like as somebody who tries to kind of like be level minded about this kind of stuff and like actually I'm trying to be better about like listening to certain voices on the internet, and so there are times when I don't realize that like I'm stepping over somebody or even when I'm trying to help somebody, I'm like stepping over a voice that could potentially be more important than mine. But like even in this circumstance, I look at all the evidence and I look at all the tweets and I look at all the stuff and I look at the controversy and I kind of look at it and I say like I think Lindsay Ellis is fine. I think a lot of people are taking a lot of this stuff like way out of context. I think a lot of people don't realize like how frustrating it is to have your entire life from being a teenager under a microscope for the entire internet to judge you.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so for
well, it's like she was just getting out of college when she started Nostalgia Shake. So basically, for like over 10 years, she's been under.
So like the big controversy is like people didn't like the rape rap, and they were like, "Oh, remember the rape rap? The rape rap? The rape rap?" Do you know what this is?
No.
Okay, so long story very short. Lindsay Ellis, with a bunch of her college friends in film school, she created this like really like edgy humor video called like the rape rap, and so like it was this whole thing about a guy like trying to so like it was like a scripted video that they did,
okay,
where this guy raps about like, oh, like I want to have sex with you, and it's a very like it's a kind of like crass like Family Guy level of like dumb, stupid humor that teenagers and college kids would make, right? And apparently the video was never supposed to be released, but apparently when she was working for that guy with the glasses, like they had to upload their video. So like you might remember their horrible website, right? And so the way that it used to work is that everybody would be on a schedule to upload their newest video, right? So like, oh, I want the 12:30 time slot for my video, yada yada yada, right? So apparently Lindsay kept missing her deadlines, and so she put this really stupid edgy video in the folder where she puts all of her other she put all her other content, and so the person managing the website was like, well, this is the video, right, for your deadline, and so she forgot that it was in there, and she uploaded it to that guy with the glasses, and it became this whole thing, and then it got saved by a bunch of people, and like, listen, if you watch the video, it's like a dumb, crass.
It sounds like a dumb Avenue Q sketch.
It's like a dumb
Avenue Q.
It's a dumb, crass video, and you're not gonna hear me say otherwise. But like, it's the kind of thing that teenagers would like. I don't know. Like, if you look like, here's the thing. It's a bad video, and she would admit that it's a bad video, right? But like, I don't think everyone is used to like this idea that like imagine every cringy dumb thing you said as a teenager or every dumb cringy thing you posted on Twitter or Facebook or MySpace or whatever, LiveJournal, whatever old ancient archive you have. Like imagine if all that
you have a thread by Tumblr.
Yeah, like imagine all that stuff that you posted as a 14-year-old like went public on Twitter today. Like, how embarrassing would that be for you? Like, everybody did and said stupid, edgy stuff as a kid, okay? And I'm not saying that, like... I
really didn't post all that much, to be honest,
but like, okay,
so I think I'm in the clear. But for most people, I could totally understand.
You know what I'm saying, right? Every 14-year-old made a rape joke. Every 14-year-old made a stupid, edgy joke about, like, oh, that's so hardcore, man. Like, Every person has done this.
It's
right?
so hardcore. I'm gonna go back to listening to Naruto AMVs with that same goddamn Linkin Park album over and over again.
Let he, she, they, who is without sin cast the first stone of the internet. That's what I say. And again, that's not a justification to be a shithead now. I just swore, damn it. Anyway, I'm trying. Listen, I'm trying. Okay,
I'm
not saying that it's easy. Anyway, I'm not saying that every person like
hit the made easy.
That shouldn't be a justification to be a jerk bag now. But like, I'm saying that like I don't think people know what it's like to have your entire young adult life scrutinized under a microscope and looked at, and especially like if you're a guy, you have way less pressure than if you're a woman online. Like straight up, if you think, by the way, if you think that's sexist, like piss off. But like it's true. Like if you're, especially if you're like a woman on the internet and you're having every single aspect of your life like examined and judged and like just looked at and like
from your looks to what you're wearing,
every single thing about you is constantly being judged by douchebags online, right? And so what I'm saying is like I guess I sympathize with Lindsay Ellis. I don't think that she meant to hurt anybody. I don't think that she intended to insult anybody or insult the culture. And I think that the stuff that she actually outputs, she does more good stuff for progressive ideas than the couple of times she made a couple oopsies on the internet. I don't know. Like every single person has things that they've regretted posting online. I don't know. Does that make sense?
No, that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
Well, it's just like, it's just, it was a bunch of sweaty neckbeards.
Right.
Just right under the water. They're piranhas. They're waiting to take a strike.
There are people on both sides of the... And listen, I am a progressive, bread tube loving, raised by hippies kid, okay? Like, I love Black Lives Matter. I think Antifa is actually pretty awesome. Even so, there are people on both sides of the on both sides of the major political spectrum who just want to be controversial online. They just want to pick fights with people online. It doesn't matter if you're progressive, if you're conservative. There's just a certain type of person.
Now listen here.
No. I'm not talking about you, Alex. No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people who watch.
Lindsay Ellis is actually working for the Lizard New York Elite.
Shut up, Alex.
Axiom 10 is actually the name of the starship that they came up from. So my research says.
Stop it. Get some help, Alex. You need some help, Alex. Anyway, I guess like there's a certain sect of people. It doesn't matter what it doesn't matter your political affiliation. It doesn't matter your age. There's just people who go online and they just want to be controversial. Like
they're always looking for a fight.
They just want to know that they're causing somebody somewhere to be uncomfortable, to be unhappy. They just want to start it.
And they want to know that they're responsible.
They want to know that they're causing somebody pain and suffering because that gives them some sort of weird primal satisfaction in life. And that's just the truth, right? And listen, if you think that like, oh, only conservatives do that, that is not true. Liberals do it too. Listen, I say this as somebody who I used to be part of this crowd. I used to join in on bandwagons like, canceling people or whatever, right? And then I became older and more self-aware of what I was doing, and like I decided to take a step back and say, this is not who I want to be anymore. I don't want to be the type of person who like bandwagons on like, oh,
that's why I just tried not to take
screw this minor celebrity for saying a thing that I don't like. Like I think that like certain celebrities
you shouldn't take too much stock in what people say on the freaking internet.
But like I guess to me there's a difference between Lindsay Ellis saying an oopsie on Twitter and like somebody like Ted Cruz saying an oopsie on Twitter, right? Like Lindsay Ellis is compared to like in the grand scheme of things, Lindsay Ellis is nobody. But somebody like Ted Cruz who lies regularly on Twitter should be taken to task. But like, I don't know, like.
Notice he hasn't said anything over the past couple of days.
I think that there's like Matt Gaetz. I think there should be some like differences. I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking about this. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to like go off, but like it irritates me a lot that there's a lot of younger people especially. I know that makes me sound like an old bastard, but like. I think that there's a lot of people with good...
Which is funny because I'm actually a year older than you.
No, but like, I'm not talking about you. I hope. No, but, I think there's a lot of people with even younger liberal people with like good intentions, and they don't understand.
I'm not gonna
like,
fight with my fists. I'm gonna fight with my words and my ideals.
I think there's a lot of people who like you're picking. I'm so sorry. Hang on a second. Sorry, my dogs are barking. Oh my god. Anyway,
For sure.
I'll try to drown out the yapping. I think that there's a lot of people who like think that they're being the arbiters of justice by bringing down this random person online, and in reality, you're not doing anything. You're just adding
You're
to
just
the
kind of
already.
feeding the machine
You're
a little
just
bit.
already adding to the perpetual cycle of people having pointless arguments online.
Yeah.
And that's all I gotta say about it. Lizzie Ellis, I think you're what for what it's worth. I think Lizzie Ellis is one of the good ones.
I think
That's just me.
she's
I don't
on
know.
your guys' yeah, she's on people's side.
Right.
So on what I
Anyway,
like to
let's
think is
actually
the good side.
dig into pop culture.
Let's talk about something fun.
Yeah. Anyway, so first off, do you wanna watch the second World Ends with You, the World Ends with You 2 trailer?
Yes, let's
All right,
go.
Let me cue that up real quick.
Oh god, it's Streamception.
Oh, did you do the thing in Streamlabs where you put where you have what is it called? Where you have screen capture and then you're like capturing the screen of the screen?
Yep.
Yeah. That's
It's
fun.
like a hallway of mirrors.
That's fun, isn't it?
Oh, it's like a heart attack.
Hang on a second. All right, do that.
Baby, 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 baby.
All right, so this. Oh, I didn't realize this was 3 minutes long. So we'll watch this. Anyway, this is the character trailer for The World Ends with You 2. Are you ready for this?
Hold up. Hold.
Hello there.
All right,
hello there,
I'm
the
2 to
Fosse.
0.
All right, let me do the countdown, okay?
Hello. All right.
3, 2,
2,
1.
1, go. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Have you seen this yet?
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, I saw it too. You were the one, Neo.
Can we just not?
Reaper team.
I actually think that the dub is pretty good so far.
It's pretty good so far.
Show, my buddy! Oh, Show! The best character!
The best one.
Show! I love Show. So Zeta Slow.
Mm.
Hey, it's that girl that was at the end of the first game.
Is it really?
Yeah.
These babies are
Oh crap.
Have a marvelous mañana.
Mañana.
Just doing my Reaper.
Oh, it's you! Oh, he was... I love him.
a smack to jog your memory. Splendiferous.
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 What are you, a Wonka character?
Hell yeah.
Sheeple of Shibuya. Not bad.
It's Tite
Oh,
Kubo,
okay.
watch out! He's about to make another sequel to Bleach!
Mm.
I fear it may already be too late.
When you mess up,
I'm only going to wear one glove because screw you!
It's wearing one glove. I guess if the glove don't fit, you must have quit.
That's right.
this seems a rather risky endeavor.
Good. Oh, the sound.
The combat-
It sounds so.
The combat looks pretty sick, I'm not gonna lie.
It does look pretty sick.
I feel like they took the spirit of the original game and they realized that they couldn't replicate the same combat, and so they said, what can we do that feels similar to the first game, but works on the Switch?
Yes.
You know what that means. We're going
I love that Show's the main character. It makes me so profoundly happy.
Hmm.
Until now. Now you show no punishment for hindering my pursuit of happiness. You'll rue the day you mocked me for failing to obtain that ES pin.
I don't know what's going on here.
You'll rue this day.
Even the main character's smart. He's wearing a mask, you guys. Wear a mask, you
That's
guys.
right.
Come on. Come on, you guys.
I can barely think straight. Hang on. I'm having some serious deja vu.
Deja vu.
There's a moment at the
I
end of
just
this
mean-
trailer that made me squeal. You'll see. You'll see.
Oh, I've seen the trailer before, so I know
you
who
saw
it is.
You saw this. Okay.
I've seen it already.
Oh, okay.
Hmm. It's like every girl that we've ever seen at Anime Expo.
What did Susie K call him again? Neku?
All these characters look like how we all dressed at the nights at Anime Expo.
Yes, my boy! Boy!
Our boy,
Although, how much you want to bet this is a fake out? This is actually not Neku. I'm calling it now. This is it's a fake out. It's not gonna be Neku. It's gonna be like, he's gonna be in the game, but I don't think that's
it's gonna
Neku.
be Neku's Heartlets.
Yeah. Oh God, no! Don't give Square any ideas, Nick. Stop it! Stop it!
I don't need to.
Nobuya Namatsu, stop it! If you're listening to this video, stop it! He's like write that down, write that down, write that down.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
Write that down, write that down, write that down.
Oh.
Great.
It looks pretty good. I'm saying it really looks like it. Because what was the last World Ends With You game?
There was the port on. So there was
13 years ago.
Well, so there.
I mean the original OG.
There was
OG
the port.
game
There was the
DS.
port on Switch that came out. I want to say 2017, 2018. And then there was the mobile version that got like advertised and teased out. I'll never forget that marketing campaign, dude. I'll never forget that marketing campaign.
Pissed.
It burned
we
me
were
out.
So pissed.
It burned me out so profusely on The World Ends With You because of that marketing campaign where they posted on Twitter that countdown. They're like,
it was
here,
what, like
go
a
to this
pachinko machine or something.
Go to they had a landing page.
Yeah, they had a countdown.
They had a landing page that said like, go to this website and watch this countdown, and there's gonna be a World Ends With You related announcement. And they had a new cover of Twister, like one of the really popular songs from the first game. They had a new cover, so we're like, oh god, it's gonna be a new thing. And no, this trailer's got me. When I first saw the announcement trailer, I'm not gonna lie, I was a little not disappointed, but I was a little bit worried that like nobody was gonna care about this game coming out. I hope that this game, like, I think this trailer kind of shows off, like, hey, this is the World Ends With You, and we're back.
Well, it's coming out for PC and PS4 and
PC,
Switch?
PS4, and Switch. Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah. I think that's in.
So I feel like.
I think that's December.
I thought the trailer said it was July, but.
Oh really? Oh, okay, never mind then.
That's what I read.
Okay. Wow, reading. Wow, reading. Wow.
You read a book before?
I love math. Look, you read a book?
I've never read a book before. I want to know what it's like.
Man, yeah, I didn't want to spend too much time on it. Listen, any excuse that I have to put Show Me Tomoto on our show, I'm gonna take it. Okay.
So is that a slow?
I just wanted to squee about The World Ends With You. We don't have to even talk about it very long. Anyway, moving on. We have some other stuff to talk about.
It's so cool. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I feel like now that anime is getting plus the anime is coming out too.
The anime is out. It's already coming out.
Oh, in Japan.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. I haven't seen it yet, but it's on my to-do list to watch for sure.
Hell yeah! I wonder what streaming platform's gonna get it.
So
I guess we'll have to find out.
The last little tiny bit.
Where is Beastar Season 2? It's already out in Japan.
It is?
I want it on Netflix.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's already out in Japan. I want Season 2, damn it. Give it to me.
Speaking of anime, we gotta talk. So we didn't have a show last week. But I think this will actually be to our benefit because we've had time to stew on this now. If you don't know, this little obscure manga that nobody's ever read called Attack on Titan.
Oh no.
Yeah,
Never heard of it.
It's kind of obscure. Nobody read it. I don't think anybody read it besides me and you, basically. Yeah, Attack on Titan.
You say that as you have a poster that's right by your head.
No, don't look at that.
You're lying.
Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Look at me instead.
You lie.
No, anyway,
You're lying.
The World Ends With You. Attack on Titan had its final chapter 139.
The world kind of ended in Attack on Titan.
The world did end. Eren committed a genocide. Anyway, before we continue, Nick and I are going to be discussing the final chapter of Attack on Titan. So if you don't want to listen to any of that, you might want to mute the video.
Spoiler.
If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, after this stream has been recorded, skip to the next part of the video because we're going to be spoiling the crap out of the Attack on Titan manga, not the anime, the manga. So if you don't want to know anything about that,
so anime only watchers, get the hell out of here.
Get the hell out of here for like another 15, 20 minutes maybe. Anyway, spoilers in 3, 2, 1, go. All right. What did you think? First, what did you think?
I thought it was fine.
That was sort of my thought.
It's one of the things where I totally called it for that. Aaron's gonna do something to where like every single Titan is gonna go back into human form, and there's gonna be no more Titans.
So
I called it. Isayama, I want my check.
So
I won the bet.
The second to last chapter, when both Connie and Jean are turning into Titans because of the founding Titan, I was about to reach through my screen and be like, Isayama, if you kill Jean, who's a good boy who did nothing wrong this entire series, if you kill my good boy, oh, we're gonna have issues. And so
I mean, he's still alive in the sense of the word.
Well,
but
when you become a Titan, you're not really a human. Anyway, yeah. So
I know,
thankfully, Isayama decided, no, Jean will live, and Connie too, I guess, but especially Jean.
Honestly, I thought that it's one of those things where like so many of the cast were still alive. I thought it was just going to go down to like one or two.
I mean, to be fair, okay, listen. So, it's not like Isayama didn't kill off any main characters. So, like,
No, but I'm just
Hanji
saying, like,
and Sasha both died. So it's not like a lot of shonen anime have this problem where the main characters have plot armor. There's this term plot armor, which basically means the main characters they can't die. See also Fairy Tail.
You have no idea.
But anyway, so credit to Isayama. He, by the way, not only did he kill off characters, he killed off fan favorite characters. Okay, Sasha and Hanji, dude. Like Hanji, who's one of the most beloved characters in the entire manga.
Yeah,
like
she went up fighting though.
Yeah, she did. But like Isayama didn't have to kill her, but I think he did that because he wanted to show that like, yeah, this is Endgame. Like people are gonna die, and people did die. In fact, 80% of the planet died. Yeah,
when I read that has one of my, I don't know, like I know it was supposed to be kind of like a disturbing / heartwarming thing, but I just kept laughing when it was just like, Aaron,
thanks for committing a genocide, bro.
Thanks for becoming a mass murderer for us. I'm just like, what?
So here's the thing, that panel has caused some controversy on Twitter, believe it or not.
Oh, controversy on Twitter?
I know.
Oh, surely.
We didn't have an entire conversation about just that. No, but in all seriousness, there's a certain sect of people on Twitter who are basically looking at that, and they're sort of like, oh, like genocide is cool, and like, and a lot of people are kind of looking at, well, like, no, they're not saying that, like.
I know, but I'm just saying, like,
they are saying that Isayama is trying to say, like, oh, like fascism is cool, and like the fallen hero is and like Eren is supposed to be seen as like a heroic, like a tragic heroic figure, which I didn't get at all. I know that Eren
was psycho through.
Well, like I don't know, like
we had it in him before those fucking walls came down. Like when he came in.
So there's somebody in the So there's a person in the chat who basically said, me wanders into a low viewer stream, and then the first thing that they hear is genocide is cool. Sorry, Ancest Lover. We're talking about Attack on Titan, so for anybody for anybody who's just showing up, at the end of Attack on Titan, like Eren kills like 80% of the population at the end. So essentially there's a panel where he talks to one of the main characters named Armin, and Armin tells him like, essentially Armin is like,
thanks for committing mass genocide.
Thanks for killing 80% of the planet, Eren.
We're gonna take audio clips from this fucking podcast and put us into a fucking soundboard.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, but like I look at the chat and this person's like, imagine walking into the stream and the first thing you hear is like, I love me a genocide.
Oh,
that's gonna be the name of the no. I was gonna say the name of the podcast is gonna be
all these audio clips that we're giving him for like the weekly chat.
Anyway, my only kind of beef with the ending of the series is that we still don't know what Titans kind of are and where like the founding Titan comes from. And I mean, like, these are questions.
It comes that weird little like.
These questions, I guess these are questions that like didn't need answers necessarily to like create the story they're trying to tell. But like
I think
would've-
it was like
I would have liked a little something like
that little like worm thing was
Yeah.
like the progenitor of like it's kind of like it. I kind of took it as like an angel of sorts to put it into like Ava terms. It was kind of like the progenitor of like life on Earth, and it was like the avatar of Earth, like trying to take back what is theirs or something
Right.
like that. I don't know. I'm honestly fine. Not, I mean, we know where it came from. Like
Right.
it came from like Kree. So it's like I wasn't too sad about it, regardless. Like I just like it. It's one of those things where like it's better that it goes left unanswered because we're still talking about it to this very day.
And I think at some point, somebody in the chat says, yeah, I would argue the ancient origins could really only distract from the greater themes of the work. Yeah, I agree with that.
I agree also.
I'm the kind of person though where like I do like some explanation, but like it's not. I agree. It's not. It wasn't.
I feel like it wasn't just enough to satisfy me.
Like some
if
ambiguity.
if
Some ambiguity
Ymir
is
just
good.
showed up with those powers just without a, it's like where did these powers come from?
Right.
But like it showed her like there was a process. You know, she went to the tree, she was escaping, she fell in the tree, and then the weird centipede looking thing.
The human centipede.
Oh God! Every Titan is a human. You are all the middle piece.
Yeah, exactly. Although I do think at some point in the, I think Attack on Titan is so popular, and it already has so many spin-off manga and spin-off anime that 110% we are going to get a Ymir origin story manga, which will probably talk about the founding Titan.
What
and
are they
like,
gonna call it? Sipping for Stockholm syndrome?
Yeah, honestly, that was okay. Speaking of that, yeah, that was one of the only other.
Really rubbed
That was
me
one of the
wrong
only
way.
things
I'm
that
not
where I was kind of like,
dude.
Ymir was in love with King Fritz. Like, what?
Her
Yeah.
captor and abuser. It's like,
Yeah, that was kind of weird, and also like this whole idea that Ymir looks at Mikasa's love for Eren, and like that's what makes her decide to stop making Titans. It's a
just
little.
another. It goes a little interstellar with like true love conquers
Yeah.
all. I got a little pissed off about that. I'm not
Hey,
gonna
Levi,
lie.
I'm sorry your entire squad had to die, but listen, one girl found love, okay?
God.
Hey, Erwin, I'm sorry you had to die, bro, but listen, Mikasa found the true meaning of tragic love, okay? So take that into consideration.
No.
No,
Although
but,
I will say it was very touching that they kind of got to see their comrades and friends and lovers like one last time.
The pages where like Levi gets to see all of his fallen comrades, that actually made me. Okay, if Isayama killed Levi, I would have been so like, I would have been so profoundly upset.
You know, it was one of those things where, like, I thought he was all like him and Hanji and all those cats were gonna go down in a blaze of glory. But I'm glad to see that one of them survived.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'm not mad at Levi.
I like
surviving.
how
Although, like now he's gonna have PTSD, looking like Frankenstein in that wheelchair for the rest of his life.
I like how he's Grandpa Levi being pushed around in the wheelchair. Like, all right, Grandpa Levi. It's like every time he's at a party.
All right, kids, time to go teach you murder.
I think it would have been they're gonna take him out to lunch or something. He's gonna go order at the restaurant. It's like, what can I get you, sir? You know, I was there when a Titan chewed off the head of my best friend. Okay, so chicken pot pie then. Like it's gonna be. He's gonna have.
Please.
Yeah, exactly.
He's just gonna hear all along the watchtower for the rest of his life. He's just gonna have flashbacks.
Every time he goes out, it's gonna be like, you don't know what it was like. I fought in the war so you could live.
Oh God,
No,
that makes me really.
No. Levi is just gonna be a peaceful old man who
I would certainly just let him sit in that weird little clean castle that he has, just sipping on a broken teacup. He deserves it. If anybody deserves to retire, it's him.
I like how the
They all deserve to retire, to be honest.
I like how the
They could
final
fall.
quarter of the manga, like Armin basically becomes the main character.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's weird though because his relationship with Eren is like a little iffy, because on the one
It is a
hand
bit iffy.
he's like, oh hey Eren, you're like my best friend and I think you're cool, but on the other hand he's also like, I have to stop you.
Yeah. Well, it's a tragic.
I hope that in the
it is a tragic friendship, but it's one of those things where like it's kind of how like it kind of mirrors like Suzaku and Lelouch.
Yeah.
To put it into terms.
Honestly,
like,
by the way, I called this. I think on one of the old podcasts where we talked about Attack on Titan, I so called this, where I said, Eren is doing this whole thing right now where he wants everybody to hate him, and that he's gonna become the founding Titan, and he's gonna like, he's gonna go full Lelouch at the end of Code Geass, where he's gonna get the entire world to hate him, and then the Eldians are gonna kill him, and then the world will be like, oh, the Eldians are good. They killed Eren Yeager, so we love them now. That was Eren's kind of plan.
but it also kind of raises a lot more questions than answers, because since every single Titan that got turned went back to being a human,
Yeah.
now there's millions of colossal Titans that just transformed into humans, just wandering around. They have no idea what the fuck's going on.
Somebody posted a comment in chat that I think is actually a really good observation, and they said, I think Attack on Titan failed to marry its characters' relationships with the greater symbolism they represented, leading to murky waters between the characters' intent and the final motifs of the show. I actually agree with that. I
agree with it too.
There are certain
Because
relationships that come out of nowhere, like Annie and Armin together, like just makes like her weird fascination with Armin at the end of the series just kind of makes like it doesn't gel very well with the series, and it kind of just doesn't feel genuine.
No, not really. I know like a bunch of fans like ship them like beforehand, but
it's so weird. I don't know. Like
it's strange.
They're two characters that really don't have anything in common. Other than the fact that, like, you know, they're Titans, I guess. Like that.
And they do look like they could be brother and sister. Like they both have blonde hair and blue eyes. If they have kids,
Right.
they are just going to make
And like,
the.
Like I sort of get like Annie's obsession with like Eren at the beginning of the series,
Mhm.
but like yeah, like her weird obsession with Armin just kind of, in my opinion, it kind of comes out of nowhere, and it doesn't feel like it's earned or organic. And I don't really feel like Armin even like really does anything. He doesn't really return those feelings. He doesn't really reciprocate those feelings. So somebody in the chat said, "Kitty."
Yeah.
Kitty cat.
We're just going to change this to Nick's cats try to destroy every single one of it.
Welcome to the weekly catastrophe.
Yeah. It is a cat chat. And plus, like, I don't like how the fact that, like, basically they're hinting at the fact that, like, Eldia is, like, the only superpower that has a military now, so...
Yeah, that's sort of...
Now
that left a bad taste in my mouth, too. Is that, like, 80% of the world is now dead, except for basically Eldia and, like, a couple scraps of, like, enemy nations. And, like, one of the final pages we see in the manga is Eldia like marshaling a military.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure.
And now they have like jetpacks and guns now. So like
yeah, compared to the rest of the world, like Paradise
City
is
in a pretty good spot.
Yeah,
but now they're pretty much what they sought to destroy.
Yeah.
Like they are Marley.
So
no, they're even better off than Marley now, because Marley wanted total domination, and now Eldia, they are the apex predator.
Here's the thing.
They are
so
the
like
top dogs.
Marley's whole thesis, if you believe in the thesis of Marley as a nation, their whole philosophy revolved around the fact that the Eldians committed like terrible war crimes, and if given the opportunity, they would do the same thing again. And if you think about it, the Eldians were kind of the Marleyans were like kind of right. Like
they're kind of
right.
They kind of like weirdly like nullified any gray area,
which is weird because the Marley government is sort of an allegory for like Nazi Germany. So like I'm not sure if Isayama is trying to say that, like, yeah, fascism is good. I don't think so. I so don't think that was the intent. But like, yeah, unintentionally, that
But
might
like,
be.
but like, just looking at it objectively,
Yeah.
Eldia and the Island of Paradis is now like the top apex predator of the entire world.
Yeah, now
because they still have their whole military.
And then, like, Paradis wasn't
almost
even really affected by the rumbling.
No, not really. They like washed up on shore, but that's about it. And now they have like airplanes and like hot air balloons and jetpacks and guns and swords. And anybody who survived, at least for a couple years past, their soldiers are highly trained.
Right.
Like they are the only superpower.
And
here.
like,
They could,
and so if you watch the beginning of Attack on Titan, the final season, and kind of look at and also the beginning of the Marley arc in the manga, Titans are basically becoming obsolete anyway.
yeah, they all had like
so if the current
anti-Titan shell
if the
guns.
current if the current timeline and the current kind of Titan way of life continued, there would have been Titans would have become obsolete anyway.
It would have been a stalemate arms wise.
Yeah.
Like Marley really banked on just having Titan dominancy over everything, but now,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sure there's gonna be stop that. There's probably definitely gonna be some holdouts from. Hang on.
Oh my god, there's
What are
so
you
much
doing?
there's so much catastrophe going on today. I guess
It's way too early to even feed you.
I'm curious what Nick thinks when we have him back and actually with the headphones on. I'm curious
My
what
ears were burning.
Oh sure. I'm curious what you thought about the last couple of pages where Mikasa had like there's that bird that wraps the scarf around her and like kind of tightens her scarf back
Oh, I
up.
thought it was trying to rip. Oh, I thought the scarf or the bird was trying to take the scarf away.
No, I think because I think isn't the last line in the manga like, oh, thank you, you helped put the scarf back on me again or whatever, right?
But that's not what Eren wanted. Eren wanted Mikasa to throw that scarf away to be free because that scarf is a symbol of Mikasa's like servitude to Eren. I know it's love, but like that's why it kind of weirded me out when like Eren was lying at the beginning because like, oh yeah, well Eddie Ackerman will basically like latch onto its host and like defend it till the end. And I'm just like,
does that mean that Levi was also was like obsessed with Eren? I mean, I guess he kind of was, but like
Levi was obsessed with Eren.
But like
Eren was kind of.
Eren wasn't like part of the royal family though, or like
it doesn't matter.
Right.
No, it's like just like this insane need to like protect. It's like written into their DNA.
But I thought it was only for the royal family.
Not for the royal family.
Oh, okay.
But just
for like anybody?
No. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought
like the Ackermans were like a class of warriors that were like being able to defend like they're basically like bodyguards. Like they were like genetically superior like bodyguards and stuff. We never really got an answer for that too.
Right.
I kind of wanted to know what the hell was that all about, but
here's like I actually thought that when Eren was spouting that nonsense, I thought he was just lying. I think that
he was
like,
lying.
Like,
he was lying.
Like I thought he was just spouting nonsense about how like, oh yeah, the only reason you like me is because your DNA literally is telling you to, and then like however true that is, I think at that point Eren was trying to get everybody to hate him anyway.
Come on, Lelouch. Where's that death battle?
No, I know.
Lelouch versus...
Honestly, well, like first of all, like Lelouch doesn't have a giant like spinal cord titan.
Did Gios actually work on Eren in human form?
Probably not. Probably not.
I think it would.
This is a stupid conversation. This is
an amazing. This is amazing conversation.
I used to think about this kind of stuff like when I was starting YouTube way back in the day when I was doing like the Ask 𝐏𝐥𝐞 stuff. I did a whole video where I was like, who would win in a fight between Naruto and Ichigo from Bleach? And I showed my deductive reasoning and it's like.
But no, what?
Probably.
Yeah, I put my especially like adult Naruto.
No, I'm not having this conversation. I'm too old for this crap.
Way too old. I'm getting too old for this.
This is
But
like okay.
that would beg the question: would the Geass and its mind rewriting powers work on Eren?
Probably not.
Eren could just tell.
Probably not.
Maybe.
I think the coordinate would probably give him like, I have immunity to your brainwashing. Because the founding Titan's whole thing is that it brainwashes people, right?
That's true.
So like it probably has the ability to be like,
miss me with that shit.
yeah, exactly.
right.
Any final thoughts
my
about Attack on Titan?
It wasn't all what I wanted, but I was satisfied with what I got. It was a decent meal, so to speak, and
Yeah.
I thought it was fine.
I think
I'm not too upset about it.
I'm happy that it's over. I'm happy
Yeah.
that this series has a definitive ending, and I think that it's fine. I didn't hate it. I didn't love it. I'm just kind of neutral about it.
That's kind of how I feel too.
Yeah. I'm
it's one
happy
of
that I'm happy that
I'm just happy that certain people are alive
yeah.
that deserve to be alive, like Armin and Mikasa.
Sean, baby.
And John, Connie's still alive too. Historia's still alive too.
Yeah. I'm happy that Historia got to just be happy.
Yeah.
I'm glad that she didn't turn into like a baby making factory for the royal family. I'm just happy that Historia got to live her life with her guy.
And then would have to perform like suicidal cannibalism.
Yeah,
almost.
exactly. Like she would literally have to go full Ymir and be like, "Here you go, kids."
I wonder when the anime comes out what the baby's actually going to look like. Because is it just going to look like Joe Farmer, or is it going to look like somebody we know?
Well, like no, they showed at the end that Historia was with the farmer guy.
Oh, so
yeah.
With Farmer. Oh.
Yeah. So like based on they briefly talk about this, but they basically said that she got to basically choose anyone she wanted to like have this baby with, and so she said, "Hey, I'm not choosing any of my friends. I'm just gonna like, there's a guy I used to work with on this farm, and like he's pretty cool, and we're just gonna shack up."
Although I think it was one of her bullies, though. To be fair.
Oh, okay.
So take with that what you will. All right, let's move on.
Anyway, Attack on Titan, yeah, I'm happy it's over. I think I'm actually I'm excited to see Isayama's future projects, and like I'm happy that this is not going full One Piece or full Naruto or kind of full Bleach, where the whole concept of the show gets pushed so far and it gets bled so profoundly dry that it just becomes boring. I'm glad that Isayama said, "This is the story I want to tell. This is how I want it to end. That's it."
I was satisfied.
I'm really happy that modern anime and modern shonen authors have the restraint to just say, you know what? I want to do like 300 chapters and that's it.
Yep.
That's it. I don't want to do 700, 800, 900, 10,000 chapters. I just want to tell one story and then have a nice little franchise and that's it.
Yeah. Just like Demon Slayer.
Yeah, exactly.
Because Demon Slayer was like less than 300 chapters, which is almost unheard of for a shonen. But
right. Even stuff like My Hero is like ending soon. So like
we only have one more arc left.
I'm happy that shonen manga authors are like, listen, let's not repeat the sins of our forefathers and do this whole thing where we take these 3 franchises and milk them so profoundly to death that they have no impact anymore.
Do you think Oda's just tired?
Well, like, okay, Oda. Here's the thing. So I criticized Naruto, One Piece, and Bleach, but I think Oda's the only one of the big 3 who was able to do it like well. Like at the very least, Oda is I think a lot better than Tite Kubo and Asashi Kishimoto. I think he's a lot better at like. I think he laid a lot of groundwork in the early parts of One Piece to be able to say like, oh, this is going to be a really long story, and here's my receipts. And I don't think and I don't think that Naruto and Bleach necessarily did that. They're just kind of like.
Do you think that One Piece will end before or after the 30th anniversary? Because that's coming up.
People think that One Piece is going to end in like a couple years. Like, no.
5 years? No. They said that 5 years ago.
Anyway.
But yeah, we are getting into like endgame territory for One Piece.
I think we are because
like we're finally Yeah, like we're learning stuff that we never learned about, like with Roger and Odin and the poneglyphs, and then Blackbeard's making his move and stuff like that. I think we're getting close.
If One Piece ends before 2026, I will be profoundly surprised.
Yeah, I think
if it ends before 2026, color
well,
me shocked.
We got 2027 because that's going to be the 30th anniversary of One Piece. So, oof.
Anyway, now onto
Sold enough to rent a car.
the more movie heavy side of things. Knives Out is getting not one but 2 sequels that are in production, and
Makes no damn sense.
and
It compels.
and Daniel Craig and Chris Evans are confirmed to be attached to both productions.
Do you think he's going to play the same character, or is it going to be a different character?
So apparently Daniel Craig is playing the same detective as the first movie, but also another different character who will be on screen with him at the same time using CG. It's gonna be weird, or like they're gonna yeah. He's apparently
So they're gonna nutty professor this.
Yeah, he's gonna be playing multiple characters in the second and third movie. Although I don't know, I'm not sure how you have Chris Evans in Knives Out 1, 2, and 3 because isn't he super arrested in the first movie?
Yeah, he's super arrested.
Spoiler alert for Knives Out, but like, yeah, he's super arrested.
Not unless if they Hannibal Lecter him or something, or like just
he might break.
Just take him out.
You know what I think's gonna happen? I think that the family is gonna be so pissed about what happened at the end of the first movie. They're either going to break out Chris Evans, or they're gonna break him out of prison, or they're gonna use the rest of their influence and wealth to like basically like bribe a judge into getting him out of prison. And then they're going to, as a family, they're going to collectively try to screw over the girl from the first movie.
Oh no! Yeah.
Well, what other?
No, I'm not saying that.
What other plot line do you think that they could possibly do?
I want a different murder mystery. That's what I want to know.
I don't think that's gonna happen.
You don't think that's gonna happen?
Maybe.
You think it's gonna be a Looney Tunes escapade?
You know what? You know what I think's gonna happen? You know what? Let's roll with your angle. Let's do another murder mystery. But here's the plot of the movie, right? So the girl from the first movie, she's like older now, and she's had the time to cultivate this wealth, and now let's say that she runs like a charity to give back to the community, right?
Right.
So she's using her wealth that she got from the first movie to help people, to help the community, right? There's a murder that takes place in one of her facilities, and her DNA is at the crime scene. The family from the first movie planted evidence at the crime scene that for a murder they committed, and Daniel Craig has to come back and prove her innocence yet again.
Yet again. I like that.
What do you think about that?
I do like that quite a bit.
Although
I'd be totally happy just not seeing the family ever again. Because
they're
like,
coming back.
They're
coming back.
No, I don't know if they can because that's going to be such an expensive cast.
They're coming back. I guarantee you.
I like my idea of like what was it, like Mont Blanc, Detective Mont Blanc?
Oh yeah.
I like him just going off with like different like just murder mysteries and stuff. But I think they're gonna do like a Clarice Starling, Hannibal Lecter type situation, but for like rich yuppies.
You want Daniel Craig to go do another mystery that has nothing to do with any of the other characters.
Yes.
But Chris Evans is back, so how's that gonna work?
What if Chris Evans knows the victim and knows that group of people, so he has to like use him a la Clarice Starling?
You're saying there's gonna be a scene like something out of something out of Mindhunters where like Daniel Craig has to go interview Chris Evans with the tape recorder and is like, what do you know about the victim?
Yes.
Oh God.
I like that angle a little bit more because like the first one is such a perfect ending for that family, and like that story is done. But I like the fact that like, because here's the thing, this is why I think they should use Chris Evans as like a Hannibal Lecter type, because he helped write with his grandfather, so he would know all about these crazy murder mysteries. So what if he has to bring in as like a Hannibal Lecter like consultant for this murder mystery that he just can't seem to solve? That's what
It takes a murderer to catch a murderer. I don't know.
Exactly.
I like the. I don't know. Like I like the idea of like the family coming back for revenge.
That could be fun too.
Because here's the thing, dude. At the end of the first movie, they give her the 1,000-yard stare.
Yeah.
They have this
Well-
look. They have this look in their eyes that says, "This is not over."
Well, I could see that, but at least with that mug that we saw at the beginning of the movie that she's slowly sipping into, it says "My house, my rules."
Right.
That is basically just like one giant middle finger.
Oh no,
to
like,
all those-
and I understand that, but I think that like the family from the first movie, they're so vindictive and they're so petty and they're so classist that they can't let this to quote the Big Lebowski, "This will not stand, man.
This aggression will not stand, man.
This aggression will not stand, man."
I mean, I would like at least one, because they're doing 2 more of these. I would
Yeah.
like to at least do like at least one more without the family
Okay.
and just Chris Evans, and then for the final one, a la like a Saw movie
Oh,
or
okay,
something.
okay.
All the pieces could come in together.
Oh, and these
So-
and these characters from the second movie cameo in this one now.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So
okay,
you get like more stars, you get more you get more star synergy and stuff like that. Because like
Synergy.
that was a hell of a cast. Like
hell
it
yeah.
wasn't of like A-list actors, but it was like really great actors.
Oh, are you okay? We interrupt this broadcast to bring you Cats the musical.
He's trying to destroy my TV.
That's true.
Look at what you did.
Oh God, look at these cats. Yakety yak, it's a cat.
Okay, you're on my house, though. It's terrible.
Here we go.
All right.
I don't know. I don't know. Listen, I like Knives Out a lot. I'm here for a sequel. I have mixed feelings about the fact that they're making 2 movies.
Yeah, that's a little excessive, you know.
Do
One.
one thing at a time.
You earned one.
Right. Don't push your luck. Yeah, or
is it going to be a Back to the Future 2 and 3 scenario where it's like
they're
the
filming
ending
both at
of
the same
second
time?
one? So what if it's like a trilogy where like it's going to be like Back to the Future 2 and 3, where like the events of the second one will lead directly into the first one?
I mean,
So it'd be like-
I definitely think that's gonna happen. Honestly, I don't know, man. I still think that my theory about the family coming back in the second movie has legs. That's just me, though.
I do think that too, but I at least want one. I just want to see Chris Evans in a Hannibal Lecter mask,
Okay.
and then fucking Daniel Craig just like
Daniel
it's
Craig is
will
like,
you stop with
didn't you?
will you stop with the Hannibal Lecter routine?
Didn't
Sorry, I
you?
always wanted to try it.
I would love a fourth wall joke where Daniel Craig walks up to Chris Evans and he's like in the straitjacket. And it's like, didn't you die in the last movie? It's and then Chris Evans says, that's a different franchise.
But yeah, we'll see.
Anyway,
We will see.
moving on. We're
What else?
looking forward to it. Anyway, this one.
Oh,
Was,
speaking of Netflix movies and stuff like that, there's something I want to talk about.
okay.
Netflix just announced that they are releasing Legendary Pictures Mobile Suit Gundam, the live action movie, on their platform.
A lot of there's a lot of Netflix news this week. But yeah, Gundam.
So,
Is this an American Gundam or what's the scoop?
yes, this is by Legendary Pictures, the same studio that did like Pacific Rim and like the Godzilla movies.
Legendary Pictures has they have kind of a coin toss reputation. They either the quality of Legendary movies is like 50-50. Sometimes they're pretty good, sometimes they're pretty bad, and like they're never in the middle.
No. Well, it's just like I'm just like I'm holding out no hope for this, but I want it to succeed. I really do.
Do we know who's directing this or anything, or we?
It's the same guy that's doing that did Kong versus Godzilla.
Oh, great! I love that movie.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not holding out so much hope. And I'm just like, God damn it! You guys are gonna try to bring Gundam to the West again, and you guys are gonna fuck it up.
They tried to bring Gundam to the West before? How so? Like, oh, I guess they made that like isn't there some like video game like a FMV game with like Gundam characters?
There's that, but there's also a live action. It was not American, it was Canadian, I think. But it's a Canadian live action 3D Gundam movie called 𝐸∞, and it's awful.
I will exact my revenge on the whole of the Zabba family.
And the trail of blood starts with you. Char, You craven
Sure,
traitor.
you craven traitor. It's like, dude, are you hamming it up enough? Are you chewing
Oh
your
no, he's just are you chewing the wallpaper behind there?
right?
Jesus Christ.
Char, you craven traitor.
Oh god, I just hope they don't fuck this up.
I was so worried about spitting on my monitor and my microphone for a second. Ay, yeah.
Oh god.
Ay.
But yeah, I'll wait to hold any reservations to see what the hell is actually going to happen. I mean, it'll probably look good. I'm just worried about like casting's going to be a big thing, and then what the mobile suits are going to look like.
Here's my thing, right? If you're gonna do a live action Gundam, it should be an original story. Because if they try to, so here's the thing: if it's an original story and the movie ends up bombing, you're not stepping on anyone's legacy, right?
This is true.
But if they adapt one of the actual anime story, like if they adapt
I think they're gonna try to go big and try to do the 1 year war.
No, but here's like what I was gonna say is that if they try to adapt anything from the Universal Century canon and they screw it up, it's gonna be bad.
It's gonna be bad.
Like a lot of
it can be really good, but it can be
here's the thing.
terrible at the same time.
Now this is okay. This is just from my perspective, and this is my opinion. But it seems to me that a lot of people, a lot of Western fans of anime, and especially Gundam, they have a lot harder time getting into the Universal Century canon compared to something like G Gundam, Gundam 00, Iron Blooded Orphans.
Those are
Gundam Seed
standalones.
Destiny, Gundam Wing. So like, I feel like Western fans are more easily able to like slip into and kind of get into the non-Universal Century canon of Gundam. And so if you're
that's how a lot of us started, though. To be fair, like I started with Wing.
But and also G Gundam, of course.
I know.
Here I go.
Fly the sky.
Listen.
But yeah, like, I think they're going for just like. Honestly, I think they're going to do a 1 year war thing because it would actually be pretty easy to render like the suits out of that show, at least at the beginning before they start going to those crazy mobile armors. But I think they're just doing it just for like brand recognition too, because you have the giant 1-to-1 scale Gundam in Tokyo right now. They have that whole thing for the Olympics.
Right.
And plus, like, it'd be a lot because, like, if they try to do something out of like 00 or something like that, I'm worried it's going to look like one of those Michael Bay Transformer things. Like, there's too many edges. Too many edges. It needs to be blocky.
Oh God, I can't believe I cannot believe I'm going to make this comparison, but here we go. When this Gundam movie was first announced, my first thought went to the American Netflix Death Note, and here's the thing, I feel like the Netflix Death Note. Now that I've had time to think about it, there's definitely stuff about it that's really bad. Like the movie is like a 4 out of 10 movie. However, there is some stuff in it that I do like, and I came to the realization that the major flaw of the movie, in my opinion, is the fact that they couldn't commit to either an original story or adapting the story from the anime and manga.
They mixed it almost.
Yeah, so like it's almost so they tried to do this thing where instead of having the story take place in Japan, it happens in America, and instead of having Light be a genius, he's just like a regular everyday guy.
Kid.
He's a dumbass like teenager. And I almost wish that instead of, and so they had to have enough, and so like I understand the thought process, right? They're saying like, oh, if we make a Death Note movie and we don't have Ryuk and we don't have L, no one's gonna come and watch the movie. And like I get that line of logic, but I almost wish that they had gone full original. Like maybe don't even have Ryuk, have another Shinigami. There's so many other Shinigami in Death Note.
No, you have it for, you don't, like basically like you have the Death Note, but you have it just from L's perspective.
Yeah.
Because that's terrifying. Like, well, because suddenly you get this magic.
Here's the thing: I actually like the character of L in the Netflix Death Note because
no, he was really good.
At the end of the movie, he gets really tempted, and so he gets tempted to write something in the Death Note and like so compared to the L from the anime, the L from the Netflix movie, he actually is like morally on the level. Like he struggles with like being tempted by evil this whole movie. And so I almost wish that like instead of L, just have that be a separate character. And so like likewise, the character of Ryuk in the Netflix version, he acts way out of character compared to the to the Ryuk from the anime.
Yeah, he is like
to the
forcibly forcing himself
to the point
into
where
these
like
roles.
you might as well just have Ryuk be a different character, because the character in the movie is not a bad character, and Willem Dafoe does an incredible job with the voice acting.
That's why I was so disappointed, because William Dafoe as Ryuk is some of the most perfect casting I've ever seen for any movie, period.
And so as I was watching it, I realized there's a good idea for a movie in this film, but it's trapped under all of these obligations to like, oh, we have to have light, we have to have light,
We have to have a weird Misa monologue.
we have to have light, we have to have Ryuk, we have to have this, we have to, and like just I almost wish they had just committed to telling an original story in the Death Note universe. You know what I thought they were gonna do? I thought they were gonna do this whole thing where so like the end of Death Note the anime takes place, I believe, in like 2010 or something, 2011. It was like 2008, 2009. Right, so like in the anime, like I think Light
I think it was in real time,
Light dies
so
like 2009 or 10 or something. So like I almost wish
it starts at 2005.
I almost wish they picked back up. It's like 5-10 years later. Here's this other Death Note. Oh wait, Kira? Wait, is this the thing that Kira had? And then like go from there. But like so the reason that I even brought this up in the first place is because I'm afraid that's what I'm afraid of with this Gundam movie. I'm afraid that they're gonna try to be like, oh, we should have a couple original characters, but the main characters should still be named Amuro, and like, oh, we should do our own original story, but like, let's have Char in there too. And it's like, it's gonna be this weird disconnect.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll wait till casting. Like, we just know the title, we just know who's making it. Like, we don't know who's even going to be starring in this movie. Who's your dream? But yeah,
honestly, I couldn't even tell you, because like I've only seen the Universal Century canon like once or twice, and some stuff in it. I couldn't tell you like, my only thing is like, I think, okay, this is just me though, and you're gonna roll your eyes at this. I actually think Michael Cera would be really good as Amuro, because he has that same listen, he has that same energy as like Amuro does, where like he's kind of this angsty.
Too old now.
But like
They're old.
But like, listen, so in Juno, Michael Cera plays like a high schooler, right? Even though in reality he's like 27.
That was over 10 years ago.
But like, you know what? Like, you can do anything with prosthetics.
You need somebody like that guy that's going to be in Dune soon, or
Here's the thing, Michael Cera is one of those guys where even though he's like 35 now, he can still look like he's 17.
This is true.
Like he has one of those faces.
Oh man, I would kill for anything to see like a younger Leo playing Char. That would have been so good.
That I actually think you could do. I think you could do. If you put him in the Jordan Belfort kind of makeup, you could do Char as Leo. That would be awesome.
Yeah, he would be like right now.
It's me, Shaw.
We're not fucking leaving.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh god. Who else?
I'm not gonna die sober, Garma.
Oh god.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think you need somebody like with a Tom Holland or that guy. I can't remember his name, but the guy, the dude from Dune.
Coming soon from Martin Scorsese, the Wolf of Zeon.
The Wolf of Zeon. We're gonna drop this fucking rock into the stratosphere.
That's right. Look forward to that in cinemas in summer 2021.
Oh god. Although, oh god, what the hell is that guy's name? I know, like that guy who plays Ron Swanson and Parks and Rec as Wamba Raw. I was just like, oh my god, that's amazing casting. But yeah, they would.
Speaking of Netflix, there's a couple other Netflix things we got to talk about real quick. Let's just get one right out of the way. So according to the official Witcher Twitter, Witcher Netflix Twitter, the entire production of season 2 has wrapped. They've wrapped the whole thing. Yeah.
We tossed our coins to the Witcher.
We toss a coin
our
to
valleys
our
are-
Witcher. And so here's the thing. They've shown a couple of screenshots that were on-set screenshots, and my major concern got fixed. Okay. So in the first season,
That was.
here's the thing. So as much as I like, and I do like Netflix Witcher, I actually think it's I think Henry Cavill, originally when I heard that Henry Cavill was
I didn't like it either, and then I watched it, and I was just like, "Oh my god,
he kills it! He proved me so wrong. He proved me so wrong. I was worried.
I was just like, "Oh my god, he's so good as Geralt."
When I first heard that Henry Cavill was gonna be Geralt, I'm like, "That's terrible casting." And then I
Well,
watched.
here's the thing. I thought the exact same thing about Chris Evans as Captain America.
Yeah.
Because like I've only saw Chris Evans as like the dude from Scott Pilgrim.
Yeah.
Or if you're really super old, not another teen movie where he busts out that fucking whipped cream.
I think his name is Todd in Scott Pilgrim. He's Evil X number 2. Yeah.
It's either 2 or 3. Wait.
Yeah, he's the second one. He's the second one.
Oh, okay.
Trust me on this.
Do it?
Trust me on this. I've read the
you would know more than I would.
I've read the graphic novel and I've seen the movie an embarrassing number of times.
All right.
An
so
embarrassing
what's your
number of
pick?
times.
It's such a
Oh
good
no,
movie,
sorry.
though.
So my only beef with the first season of Witcher was that okay, so if you play any of the Witcher games, Nilfgaard is like one of the really major factions of the Witcher on the continent. And yes, I know what you're thinking. Is it actually called the continent? And yes, it's actually called the continent. So on the continent, the two major warring factions are the Northern Realms and Nilfgaard. And so pretty much the entire backsplash of any Witcher story revolves around the fact that like Nilfgaard and the North are constantly at war. And so in The Witcher, Nilfgaard, especially in the games, the Nilfgaardians have this really profound like jet black obsidian armor, and it's plated.
It looks cool as hell.
It's plated with gold and like signets, and like they've got really elaborate like gauntlets, and they've got like they have these like
these winged helmets.
They have like winged helmets, and so like they're supposed to have this like Roman Empire aesthetic, and so in the games they look gorgeous, right? But so in the Netflix series,
not so much.
Yeah, the Nilfgaardians. The Nilfgaardians kind of look like I'm
just gonna say what they look like. They look like scrotums.
Yeah, no. The armor for the Nilfgaardians in the first season of Witcher is horse pocky. To be PG about it, it's real bad. It's kind of crap. It looks real bad. Like
it looks like
really bad.
Yeah, it does look pretty bad.
But so
Geralt's armor looked fine.
They showed us on set screenshots of some Nilfgaardian soldiers, and they look way better. Way. I think they heard feedback from people.
Do you think they just gave like all the foot soldiers all the crappy like scrotum armor, and then they gave like
scrotum
the
armor?
soldiers?
Yes, it does look like a scrotum. I didn't think about it, but yeah, you're right. It looks like they have like
here. Let me pull it up for
they have this scrotum armor.
Okay.
But yeah, so we saw a couple screenshots on set, and the Nilfgaardians look way better this season.
Yeah, just for the record, I'm showing it on my screen.
Okay.
That's what it's supposed to look like, and that's what it looks like. Mom, I want Nilfgaard armor.
We have Nilfgaard
armor at home. The Nilfgaard armor at home.
Yeah.
It looks terrible.
It looks pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. And again, I like the Witcher show
so much. I love the Witcher show.
Yeah, like, and listen, I actually think that compared to most people who are like hardcore Witcher fans, a lot of them don't like. A lot of people had a lot of bad stuff to say about the first season. I actually thought it was great.
I thought it was great too.
Especially since I've read the books, and it's like I actually think that they did a pretty. So like essentially, the first season is the first two books of the series kind of smooshed together, which is impressive because the first two books of the Witcher saga are they're basically like short story collections about Geralt, and like they're not in chronological order, so it's hard to like it's hard to like put them
together. It's like a set of fairy tales almost.
It's hard to put them together like you would like a puzzle and like a narrative, because like the first story in the first novel is like fourth or fifth canonically speaking, so it's really confusing. So honestly, I think Netflix did a really good job of taking like putting all these two kind of like hard to adapt novels and like cobbling them together into a coherent narrative. And honestly, I think that the stuff that they cut, so like obviously it's a book adaptation, so they have to cut stuff. I think that the stuff that they cut was like really smart. I think that they were really smart with the stuff they decided to cut, and I think they were really smart with the stuff they decided to keep in.
It has some of the best fight choreography of any Netflix show.
And
it has the best, I think.
And the stuff that so there's some original stuff that like isn't in the books, and I think that stuff is actually pretty good too. I think they took these two really hard to adapt books, and I think that they did a really good job of putting them together into something that it feels it has the spirit of the books, but it flows way better as a TV show. And so like for just me personally, like props. Like I don't know. I still clap for you.
It also doesn't help that like Henry Cavill loves The Witcher. Like he is a huge Witcher nerd.
I didn't know about that. I read about this after the fact after I watched the series. But yeah, I didn't know that Henry Cavill was like jonesing to do this role.
Oh no, he loves it. He loves every second of it that he puts that hair on. Oh man.
And he does a good job too. Like it's when you play. Okay, here's the thing about Geralt, especially if you've read the books and played the games. Geralt is actually, despite the fact that everyone kind of jokes about his voice and about his accent and about how like kind of standoffish he is, Geralt is actually a pretty emotionally complex character. And so you have to kind of play it as this guy who is he's this guy who wants to pretend that he's a loner, but in reality he's like desperately
he wants a family.
Like he's this guy who like on the surface he's like I work alone, I want to be a loner, but like
he's a tsundere.
On the outside he like doesn't want to be with people, but internally he's like desperate for human connection. Like he is so desperate and so thirsty for any kind of like actual stability in his life and like actual relationships with people, but he constantly denies himself these things because he thinks he doesn't just like Geralt's entire character is that he sort of is this sort of self-hating guy who like actually does, despite the fact that he's like an outsider, he genuinely does care about people.
He really does.
And so in order to play that kind of character, you have to really toe the line between like badass stoic swordsman and vulnerable person. And so
which I think he pulls off really well.
Which is not easy. Which is not easy at all.
It's not easy. But it goes to show you how good of an actor that Henry Cavill actually is and able to pull it off.
Oh yeah.
Also, like Geralt's just funny. He's a funny fucking dude.
Yeah, and that's the thing too. Yeah,
I love his dry humor.
Despite the fact that he is like someone's he is someone's deviant art OC. Geralt is and can be funny. He can joke around and he can like kind of make fun of people and like, despite the fact, so he always says that like, Witchers have no emotions and we don't have any connections, but like
I call shenanigans.
But here's the thing. So he says this, but his best friend Dandelion is a bard. So like Dandelion is a character who is nothing but a ball of emotions and passion, and you contrast that to Geralt, who pretends to be this standoffish prick, but in reality he and Dandelion are best friends. So it's great to see their relationship blossom, and I think that the
tell me, Geralt, how's my singing?
Yeah, exactly.
It's like ordering a pie and finding it has no fill.
If I had a mild criticism with the actual with one of the characters, I think that Dandelion. So in the show he's called Jasker because so in the original Polish, Dandelion is actually his name is Jasker in the original Polish, and for whatever reason they wanted to just keep it. So like. Jasker is Dandelion, but he's just called Jasker. I don't know. I wasn't sure about that, but I learned that a couple months ago. That like yeah, like Jasker is the character's name in the poll. Anyway, I think that like Dandelion is like a tiny bit out of character sometimes in the Netflix show, but like it's the kind of thing where it's like really mild discrepancies that I don't care about. Like
no, for sure.
there's some teeny tiny creative liberties that are taken with the character, but like it's fine. It's fine.
Yeah, No, Dandelion had some of my, or Jasker had some of my favorite lines of, and also he's a really good singer in that show.
Oh yeah,
I'm not gonna lie.
well yeah.
I'll listen to Toss the Coin and the Fisherman's Wife song or whatever, like when they're singing at the wedding.
So
As you pull on my horn,
so there's a
as it
story.
rises in the morning.
There's a story that takes place in the third novel called Shard of Ice, and apparently they're adapting that into the next season. And so like Shard of Ice is like one of the.
Are we gonna get the Wild Hunt at all?
If they're following the books, probably not, because the Wild Hunt show up a little bit. They're actually not that important in the novels until like near the end, and honestly even then they're like not like they're in the story, but they're not like the main threat.
That's fair.
They're just like they're important. They're actually really important, especially in like the second to last book, where they essentially hold one of the characters hostage. But other than that, like they're not like, compared to the games where Aridin is like basically Geralt's like arch enemy, they're not as important in the novels.
That's fair.
But yeah,
right. So you want to move on?
Yes. Okay. So I think this is our last bit of Netflix news, and this was the big one for me. So starting in 2022, Sony, those guys who made that amazing Spider-Man movie.
That's right.
Sony.
Oh God.
Sony has signed an exclusive Netflix deal for all of its upcoming films, including the next Spider-Man and the Uncharted movie.
Could be interesting.
Did you know that freaking Tom Holland is gonna be
he's
Nathan
playing
Drake?
Nathan Drake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way,
Like a younger Nathan Drake.
that's good casting.
Pretty good casting. If
pretty
you're
good
going
casting.
by young Drake, it's fantastic.
Especially if they plan on making more Uncharted movies, where Nathan Drake actually grows up into an adult. I think this would be a really good franchise for Tom Holland to like grow into, kind of like how Daniel Radcliffe kind of grew up with Harry Potter. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Well, it's like he's already kind of doing that with Spider-Man anyway. Like Tom Holland's been Spider-Man for what, like 5 years at this point, and he still looks.
I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
You make it home now. Oh, he's dead. All right, dust back. Come on, here. I'll snap again.
Oh god!
Back.
Oh god! Where? I saw the light, and then I came back, and then
that whole
okay.
like snapping and re-snapping is like one of the biggest cruxes of the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
No,
it's like, what did you do? What did you do?
I think I really like that. Chris Evans? No, shoot.
Hemsworth.
Yeah, thank you, Hemsworth. I think in that in Infinity War, I think that like his profound tragedy and sadness in that moment is one of the best moments of that movie.
It really is.
Where he's like, "What did you just do?" Like, especially when Thor is
like he lost like a giant chunk of his people and his brother.
Well, not to mention the fact that like he's so used to being like the strongest god on Earth, basically, kind of thing.
Until he got his butt kicked by Thanos.
Right. Thanos.
Oh,
and then I think about Avengers Endgame, and I'm like,
I like it. Avengers Endgame.
I thought it was
good.
I thought it was fine. I thought Infinity War was much better.
Infinity War. It's one of those things where like it's very much like Empire Strikes Back versus Return of the Jedi. It's like it's good, but like Empire's just like at the top.
If I watched it again, my opinion about it might change. But like
I've seen Endgame 3 times.
I walked out of the theater of Endgame and I was just like,
I was happy as hell.
But here's the, you know what movie I was like that with, but then when I watched it again, I really liked it. I walked out of The Last Jedi, and I was kind of like, I don't know. And then when Rise of Skywalker, when the movie that shall not be named, when that movie was coming back into theaters, they had both The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi on Netflix. I don't know if they still have them there anymore. But
I don't think so.
But
I think Disney Plus snatched them up.
Oh right, yeah, obviously, right, obviously.
But they were on there for like years.
What was I thinking? But yeah, so they were there for a while, and so right before the movie right before Rise of Skywalker came out, I'm like, let me refresh the old memory. Let me give these a second go.
Give
and-
the old college try.
And so I watched The Force Awakens again, and I was I basically had the same opinion about that movie that I watched the first time that I watched it. I was like, yeah,
Same.
it was
Yeah, it's okay.
It's okay. But when I watched The Last Jedi again, though, my opinion went from like, it's pretty good, to like, oh, okay, yeah, this is actually like pretty damn good.
It did not deserve all the hate that it got.
I still
that's
think
for sure.
I still think that some of the parts in Canto Bight are like pretty goofy as hell, but like
They really are.
But honestly, without a doubt, it's got the strongest finale out of all three films. Like without a doubt,
Yeah.
like you can't even
It is also the only Star Wars movie where two lightsabers don't touch. It's a
no don't cross the streams.
touch.
Gross.
Now it only hurts when you touch it.
Oh god.
I
But
can't-
anyway, yeah, I don't even remember the finale of The Force Awakens. I think they fight Kylo Ren. I don't remember. And then
They blow up the planet because they always have to blow up.
right,
the planet.
right. And then the ending of Rise of Skywalker, like God, that movie. Every time I think about the Rise of Skywalker, like
I get so angry.
All I experience is honestly, and again, I'm not even. I think I've said this before on the show, but like, I am so not a Star Wars guy. I don't have a nostalgic love for the original trilogy like a lot of people do. I saw them like here's my history with Star Wars. Okay, my grandparents had the original gold box that on VHS. They had the original trilogy on the gold box, and I watched them as like a 7-year-old, and I said, yeah, those are pretty good. So like I don't compared to a lot of other people, like I have no like, oh, are you okay? Jesus.
She scratched me in the middle of the chest. It hurts so freaking much.
Ah, Jesus Christ.
You gotta stop doing that. She's like literally like my.
Did you
can't
feed
see
them?
it, right?
Did you feed them before the recording?
No, they're not supposed to be fed until like 6 now. So she's begging for snacks, for snackies.
Indeed.
Oh,
But anyway,
like,
yeah.
it's kind of you can't see it from here, but like literally my whole like television set is just covered in
Gross.
paw marks.
Gross. Do you have like a microfiber cloth? That'll probably get that off.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Just
But yeah,
spray some more.
yeah,
Ow.
I had no profound love for Star Wars, and so like when I saw when I saw the Rise of Skywalker, I just was like, that just sucked. Like
it's a terrible
that just
movie.
sucked as a movie. And like I
It's
actually
like, this is supposed to be the great magnum opus.
I actually have kind of a soft spot for the prequels.
Abrams.
I actually have kind of a soft spot for the prequels, despite the fact that they are like, listen, okay,
I do too.
all the
I
prequels,
love Revenge
all the
of the
prequels
Sith,
are
so-
all three of those movies are pretty shit. I'm not gonna lie, they're pretty bad.
No.
But like,
not Revenge of the Sith. I
but, like,
will. I will.
even
I
the
will
Phantom
fight
Menace,
you.
like the Phantom Menace actually has some good stuff in it. Like the whole like, I wish they would have more stuff like the pod racing scene. In
Yeah.
Star Wars, that like stuff, like that's fun stuff that like little kids can get into, and like, oh, it's like it's a race. Like I don't know, you need more stuff like that in Star Wars.
Yeah.
And then the second movie was a snore fest. Like, it wasn't bad. It was just a snore fest. And then
I do not like Attack of the Clones. There's a few things that I like about it, like Jango Fett. That's it.
right.
I like the end. The end's pretty good.
What's the
the
name
ending
of
fight
the
with Yoda and Count Dooku is very silly.
General Grievous? The robot?
Yeah.
He like fights.
with,
Yeah,
like all those lightsabers.
He's pretty cool.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and then
I love Revenge of the Sith.
and then
I think it's a legitimately good movie.
Revenge of the Sith is like is pretty good. I think that the ending is really strong, but the first half is like, eh.
It does take a while to get going.
But yeah,
And some of the dialogue
we were
is
gonna
very
sorry,
clunky.
I didn't mean to talk about Star Wars. Let's talk about Sony for a minute. Okay. So basically all of Sony's big exclusives are going first to Netflix, and I think that they
what? They don't want to make a Sony Plus?
yeah, right. What I think is going to happen here is, honestly, I'm glad, because like, do you want yet another streaming platform you have to go check out?
No, I'm done.
There you go.
There's too many.
Right.
It's like cable again.
Right. I mean, that's basically what it's becoming.
Yeah. Well, it's like you got your Hulus, you got your Paramount Pluses, Yeah, MTV. Oh wait, no, that's no part of Paramount. But you have like
Paramount
Disney
Plus.
Paramount Plus. There's that CBS All Access stuff for
What?
like Star Trek.
Hey! You forgot the most popular one. Peacock.
Oh yeah. Well, the only reason why people get Peacock is to watch The Office.
Yeah, basically that's it.
And Parks and Rec. That's it. That's all they got.
I really dislike those stupid ads for Peacock where it's like they have that guy. It's like you got to get Peacock.
You can't watch it on Netflix anymore. You gotta watch The Office on Peacock.
Oh
True,
no!
you pay me.
Oh no! Not The Office. Not the greatest show on television ever made by humans.
It's Always Sunny.
Yeah, exactly.
Letterkenny.
I don't know about
Sure.
that. I don't know about that one. I was with you up until I was with you up until Letterkenny. I was up. Yeah. Anyway. So Sony.
I'm just rattling off my favorite shows.
Yeah, so Sony is signing this exclusivity deal with Netflix, and they're basically getting in bed together. I don't know if this means that they're not going to release movies in theaters. I
think it's going to be
I'm pretty sure they're going to, but
like a probationary period where like it's going to be in theaters for a while, and then it's going to be on the streaming platform for like maybe a month or so.
So this is like apparently this is going to be like a trial period because they're only signing this deal for 1 year. So I think Sony is like kind of treading the water and kind of like testing the waters.
Banking on the fact that like stuff's going to kind of go back to normal next year because we're all getting vaccinated and stuff. So will you stop?
Speaking of which, I actually just got my first COVID shot just the other day. I had to wait in a ridiculously long line. Even though, so I had an appointment for 12:30 to go get my first dose of the Pfizer vaccine. And then, despite the fact that I had an appointment, I still had to, I showed up at the facility that I was going to go get my COVID shot at. And, despite the fact that I had an appointment, there was a big long line. And so even though I was supposed to be there at 12:30 and I was supposed to get my COVID shot at 12:30, they were like, oh no, this is the, so I showed up and there was a Comic-Con sized line to get into the building. And I said,
which is weird because when I got both of my shots, I was in and out like immediately.
So,
the longest thing that it took me was to actually just like sit and wait and see if I had like a bad reaction.
Right. So
they stuck me and then I just walked out.
Well, it was weird because like I had an appointment, but despite the fact that I had an appointment, everybody had to get in line at the same time, which was funny because I talked to a couple of the people in line with me, and so the guy behind me and the guy like 2 spaces in front of me, they both had the exact same appointment time that I did at 12:30. So I honestly my wait was only about 2.5 hours, which is like fine. I stood in line and listened to Let's Not Meet. My name is Andrew.
Oh yeah, that's a great podcast.
Hey, you want to know here's my impression of Let's Not Meet. My name is Andrew Tate, and this is Let's Not Meet, a true horror podcast.
Oh, it sounds just like him.
I have listened to a Herculean amount of Let's Not Meet. I love that show.
I've listened to that. Dumb People Town. Dumb People Town's a good one.
I think I talked about this on another podcast, but there's a really if you love audio dramas, there's a really good one called Tomorrow's Monsters that stars John Boyega.
You told me about it.
Yeah, it's really good. So like essentially, it's like a Blade Runner-esque science fiction story about a guy who infiltrates a corporation that's developing. Essentially, there's this corporation that's developing this technology that like you inject yourself with this drug and it makes it so you never have to sleep.
Nanomachines, son.
You inject yourself with this drug and so you never have to go to bed ever. You're never tired ever. But here's the thing, as you might imagine, things go horribly wrong. And so John Boyega plays this guy who infiltrates this corporation to get revenge for his brother who was experimented on, and I'll let you listen to the rest of the show from there, because anything else I could say is a spoiler.
No.
But yeah, go.
It sounds an awful lot like that Dave.
And honestly, it's John Boyega and he does
Bridgerton.
his British accent, dude. It's incredible. But then here's the thing. So there's a scene where
go full attack the block.
No, he does go full attack the block. And by the way, dude, I love John Boyega, man. He's so good, dude. He's so good. He's so good.
I know. I want him in more stuff.
Like, he was good in Star Wars. He's good in this. I just, so good.
He was going to attack the block. What else was it?
Attack the block.
Go home, lock your door, watch Naruto. So, since we're still have one more Netflix thing to do. Yes, we do. Love, Death, and Robots.
Oh
my
yeah,
friend.
yeah, that's right. Yay! Okay. Before we do this trailer reaction though, actually we have 2 more trailer reactions. Oh my god, I forgot that we had some. Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble. I forgot we actually had some other stuff to talk about. Okay.
It's all good.
Anyway, so I didn't know about this until just this morning. Nick found this for us. Thank you, Nick.
Oh, you're welcome.
But anyway, so Love, Death, and Robots is this Netflix anthology series on Netflix, as the name suggests, and it's essentially
Emmy Award winning.
It's it's essentially this really high production value science fiction anthology show, and and all the segments are animated.
It's so good.
And so
with some live action sprinkled into it.
So
it's so good.
Yeah, I mean, I guess there is I guess you're right. There's a tiny bit of
with
live
the
action.
refrigerator.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
There's so many good individual episodes, and like they run the gambit, right? Some of them are like really good, like high concept science fiction. Some of them are comedy episodes. Some of them are like horror stories.
Dude. Oh, I'm so excited.
A lot of
honestly, these shorts are so good that they can make a whole show just based on any of these.
If you haven't seen Love, Death, and Robots,
watch it.
If you don't listen to anything I say in this podcast, please go check out Love, Death, and Robots. If you're into like animation stuff, like Samurai Jack or Primal or anything like that, you will love this show. You will love this show, I promise you. Anyway, so we're going to react to the. So I guess today they released a trailer for the 2nd season.
Yes, they did.
So let me cue that up. 2nd season, baby.
Let's go.
I can't do air horns.
There you go. No, I can't do it. All right.
My name is My name is Andrew Tate, and we're about to watch the Love, Death, and Robots Season 2 trailer. Hang on a second. Sorry. My name is not Andrew Tate.
Or is it?
Hang on.
Is it?
Okay. All right. Ready for action. All right, ready?
Time to simper.
In the words of Pecora, time to simper.
Right.
Three. Would you do the honors, please?
2. Yes. 3, 2, 1. Engage.
You okay?
You okay, lady?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh man.
Turn this down a little bit. God, the animation is already so good.
Oh yeah.
God, it's so good.
Don't you?
Normally, I'm such a picky bastard when it comes to CG. This looks so good.
Oh yeah.
Out there. I figure it leads to some
The Polar Express.
trapped inside our own.
Why give all this up?
It's Amazon Prime drones.
Yeah, right.
Why? I've been alive 218 years. I've seen.
Oh God, it looks so good, Nick.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, look, it's me, Big Feet. Oh!
Oh, is that Michael B. Jordan?
I think so.
Oh my God.
It's just what I wanted.
Yes, it is.
But wait. They announced Volume 3!
Yay!
Volume 3, baby. Let's go next year.
Also, it's coming out in May. Yay!
Yeah.
Yay! I'm happy. Yay!
Yeah, it just released just today, this trailer. So I figured this would be a great segment for the podcast.
Hang on.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Hang on one second. Let me fix everything up real quick. Boom.
Uh-huh.
Oh, whoops. Sorry, let's do that and do that. Great. All right. Oh wait, sorry. We're back. Okay, wait. Yay!
Hey,
That was so. Yay! That was so good.
I am so excited. I was thinking for months, should I get rid of my Netflix? And then this trailer dropped out. I was like, nope, can't do it. I gotta keep on.
Love, Death, and Robots makes me so happy. I love that show so much.
It won Emmys.
I actually can't think of a single episode that I like don't. Okay, so compared to an anthology show like Black Mirror, where I can actively point to multiple episodes of Black Mirror and be like,
it's like that one, crap. No, I can't think of a single Love, Death, and Robots segment that I hated.
No,
it's so good. What's your favorite?
The only one that comes close to me not liking it, and it's not that like I hate it, I just was sort of like not into it. And honestly, it's funny because it's the very first one. Yeah, the very first episode is kind of hit and miss. But seriously, everything after that is like
it's like
God gangbusters, just like.
Which is your favorite one?
Okay, so I don't remember what the episode is called, but it's the episode with the kitsune woman.
The fox.
Yeah. There's like
that one's in my top 3. The guy with the pool episode.
Yes, the pool episode is really good. The guy who is making the pool. Yeah. I think in terms of comedy episodes, I do like the day the yogurt attacked is pretty funny.
That one's pretty good. Oh God!
The episode I don't remember what it's called. The episode with the fridge is also pretty great.
That one's pretty great too. Where's the one?
I don't remember what it's called, but the episode the episode where there's like the underground fighting arena and they like turn into animals or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That one's good. I like that one.
Like I like the one where like they're farmers but they have like mobile suits and stuff like that. That one's fit.
That one was very much. I feel like that whole episode is kind of a love letter to StarCraft in a little bit.
It really is,
because it's like they basically were like, what if we just made like a StarCraft cinematic?
Yeah, pretty much.
What if we just have guys fight the Zerg?
Dude, the one where the guy's stuck in cryostasis and then he finds out he's not in cryostasis at the very end.
Oh yeah, that one's good. Yeah, I remember that.
That one legitimately scared the shit out of me.
Spoilers, but yeah, whatever. It's honestly, they're all good episodes. Go see them, even if we spoil one. They're all good.
Yeah. Oh man.
The first one is kind of whatever, but like
it's okay. But
yeah, I'm so happy. I love
the one with the Russians. The one with the Russians was fantastic. It reminds me of The Thing.
Which one was that?
It's the Russian shoulder. It's the Russian soldier. Yeah, I can't talk. It's the one in the Russians. They're in the mountains.
Oh, that's right. And they're on a mission to go take out somebody, and then they come across some stuff. Right. Okay. Yeah. Got it.
Yeah. It's basically. Actually, I don't even want to say what it is.
Right.
That one is great. Okay, like that could have been
the episode, where those guys are underground with the cat or whatever.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's a good episode.
Oh man. Go watch that show, please.
It's so good, you guys. Please go watch it. It's got
a little bit of a little bit of everything for everybody.
The episode where the guy, depending on how you interpret the episode, where the guy like hallucinates about the fish and the ocean.
In the canyon.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
That one is like.
We would love to. We should do a whole Love, Death, and Robots episode of the podcast.
I want to. Amazon Prime and Netflix have this feature called Watch Party where you can like react to stuff with friends, but like I don't know how legal that is to stream on Twitch, but I would love to do like a live reaction.
Other people can watch like Kitchen Nightmares and stuff. We can watch this.
I would love to do a live reaction.
Yeah.
I would love to do a whole episode where we talk.
Why don't we do it before Love, Death, and Robot? Ooh, we can watch it live on the podcast.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We should watch like an episode. But like again, I don't know how legal that is though. Like, I
mean, as long as we don't upload to YouTube, we should be all right. But
well, like that's my thing. It's like I want to upload the podcast to YouTube, so maybe we'll do that. Just
it'll have to be a separate thing.
Maybe we'll do that. Maybe.
that'll be exclusively Twitch content. So if you want to see that content, you're gonna have to sub to us, or not sub. You're gonna have to follow us on Twitter.
Give us this, please. Can I?
We're going to have
follow?
we're gonna have exclusive Twitch content that's too hot for YouTube. That's right.
I mean,
Yeah, let's go.
all right. So I think we have one
Too
more
hot.
trailer.
Too hot for Twitter.
Oh, sorry, I'll shut up now.
You sound like a demon.
My name is Andrew Tate, and this is.
I'm gonna have to start charging you a tax every time you do
Andrew
that.
Tate, I'm sorry. I don't mean to steal your likeness.
I'm gonna give you a fucking Tate tax. You're getting a Tate tax. All right, so we have one more trailer to react to.
One more trailer. Hang
We
on,
have Not Quite Iron Fist.
Oh, hang on. Let me find that. Not quite Iron Fist. Yes. Is that what the movie's called? I think so. Yes.
Yes.
Hang on 1 second. Boom.
It's Iron Fist, but with
So this
actual kung fu.
Okay, in all seriousness, this trailer is I had not heard of this coming out. So this is
it was supposed
called
to come out last year.
This is called Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings.
Yep.
Anyway.
All right.
Shall
We're
we?
ready in 3, 2, 1, a go.
Turn this
My
down.
name's Dandy Randy.
My name's Barry Allen.
Oh God.
I'm the fastest man alive. Oh God. Is anyone still watching the CW Flash?
I don't know, man.
I gave
Hey.
you 10 years to live your life.
Hmm.
And where did that get you?
I don't know, it seems pretty successful to me.
Right? Oh no, he's gonna become one of the Shadow Khan from Jackie Chan Adventures.
He's turning into It Man.
Oh my God. If only, dude. If only.
I trained you.
So wait, you're saying that you're gonna say that Shang-Chi's gonna machine gun punch somebody to death?
Yes.
I'm sold.
Son,
Machine gun punch a guy to death.
it's time for you.
Let's
to
do
take
it.
Place by my side. That's not going to happen.
Boo.
It already has a million times. It already has better choreography than Iron Fist, that's for sure.
You can't outrun who you really are.
Boom.
Who are you?
I'm kick-ass.
I know, yes, yes. Shang-Chi.
It does look really cool, though.
Yeah, I was gonna say, the fight choreography looks pretty on point.
Yep.
See, this is why I never ride the bus.
And it's pretty much your average day on the bus.
We make a good team.
There's never a movie or a TV show or an anime where anything good happens when characters get on a bus.
No, it's always terrible.
That's just the law of the land.
It is the law of the universe.
That's right. Hang on a second.
All right. Well, now that all of our we got through most of our sections.
Yay!
Yay!
We did it! We did it! Yay! Anyway, hang on a second. Hang on just a second. We forgot about the most important story in this goddamn podcast. We're about to skip over the most crucial and important piece of information that is being discussed and rocks the very foundation of our species and our culture.
And that is?
According to NPR, there is, in America, a ketchup packet shortage.
What?
Ketchup
No
packets.
ketchup?
Ketchup packets around the world are
ketchup? No ketchup?
no ketchup.
No tomato sauce?
According
having
according to a segment.
Now you see here, they're using
Oh,
these
no.
ketchup packets
Alex,
to
Alex.
actually.
You were
They're
saying
using the package to actually fuel the drills to drill back to their home in the core. The lizard people say. So I've been told.
now, hang on there, Alex. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that
No.
Listen,
They're using. Listen, the liberal
They're
elite are
going to
using the
Epstein's
vinegar
Island to
inside
get
the
to the center
ketchup.
of the
They're
earth.
using them to fuel their slavery mines and their Antifa warships, and they're going to take over and destroy our Western values with their Antifa warships. Okay, so listen. So like for the sake of argument, like
Benjamin, I'm gonna have to stop you right there because I know you're just a corporate chill.
They're trying to destroy our white nationalist values. I mean our Western values.
Jesus Christ. What have we become?
That's right.
We
Ben, every episode has to have a Ben versus Alex moment.
This is true. This is very true. But yeah, that's really strange. No ketchup
No, but
whatsoever.
But yeah, so I thought I kind of throw this in as like a joke, but yeah.
Yeah.
So like apparently
No wonder McDonald's like looks at me funny when I ask for extra ketchup.
In all seriousness,
They might as well be throwing dollars at me.
In all seriousness, there is like a ketchup package shortage because during the pandemic, places like McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's and Carl's, like the nation's top purchasers of ketchup packets, they stopped having people come in to the restaurants during COVID, and so they basically stopped production of the actual packets. So like ketchup, so you can still go to the store and buy a bottle of Heinz ketchup or whatever. But
no, I want the packets. I want to create unnecessary waste for me and my brood.
That's right. That's what I thought. Yes. I agree. To quote the Even More News podcast, Nick, I agree with you completely.
No, it's fine. I hate ketchup packets so much.
No,
it's all about the cup. The cups are where it's at.
So
because you get more surface area to dip.
Even somebody like me,
packets, you have to put a dot or put a line, eat it, put a line, eat it, and then you're done. And then you're out of ketchup, and then you're sad.
So even somebody like me, who I'm trying to be a lot better about not eating at fast food, like hardly ever if I can help it. Even I will go and get some, and we'll get a fast food burger every once in a while, right? Or like I'll go to like a fair or like the Pet Expo or something, and they'll have like ketchup packets at the fair, right, or whatever. Here's my problem with ketchup packets. And first of all, I think you hit the nail on the head. They create unnecessary waste, but even besides the garbage aspect of it, here's what always happens whenever I need ketchup. Okay, so I'll go to a fast food restaurant. I'll order a combo meal with fries. I'll eat a few of the fries because they're finger food. My hands are now grease filled, right? They're greasy. Then I'll think to myself, oh, these tasty potato wedges would be delightful with some ketchup. I'm going to just very casually at this table open up some ketchup packets, squirt them out onto my placemat, and then dip my fries in the ketchup, and I'll be off to the races. But here's the thing. Me being a dumbass, my hands are now greasy from the fries, and so now I'm doing this.
You ever tear at it like an animal? Oh, it always gets stuck in your teeth too.
My camera can't figure this out.
The superior sauce delivery device is either like the 2-ounce to-go containers,
yes,
or that weird sealed stuff that they sell for like the Carl's Jr. Ranch, or like the McDonald's like barbecue sauce. That is the superior sauce delivery device.
All I want is a dispenser and all I want is a dispenser and a little cup. That's all I want. Like, I don't need the packets are listen, as a lazy ass American, the ketchup packets are an extra step that I don't want to have to deal with.
Our sides and sauce, to be fair.
I don't want to
like
have to deal
fries.
This
or your
is true.
pommes frites.
This is true.
Like, I mean, I like the synergy. I like the just put a little bit on there, because you're done in like 2 seconds after.
Here's like,
but yeah, I hate packets because you need like 8 of them to get the proper amount of ketchup.
Each packet of ketchup, and by the way, they do this
for like 3 fries.
They do this for mustard and barbecue sauce and honey and all kinds of crap, right? So we're picking on ketchup, but you're all guilty of this.
You are pretty guilty about this. Or God forbid mayo.
No, you're right.
You ever seen mayo packets?
Oh yeah. Ugh. Anyway, you know what's weird though is the mayo packets always tend to be like compared to it's like ketchup packets are tiny, right? But then when you get a package of mayo, it's always like this big.
Yeah,
like,
it's about the size of my index finger.
Right. It's like like why does Mayo get the special treatment? Oh, you know what it is? It's because Mayo's white.
I was gonna
White privilege.
Wouldn't that apply to ranch too?
This is true.
Yeah, maybe that's why everybody loves ranch.
It's because it's mixed compared to the purity of mayo.
Gross.
I'm
like having.
I gotta take a shower afterwards. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
You gotta check your privilege there, bud.
No, I know.
Your ranch. You gotta check your ranch privilege.
As a red-blooded American, you will not limit the ability for me to use Hidden Valley Ranch on pizza, you fucks. I know I said I wouldn't swear, but still, just this one time. Give me this one F-bomb, okay?
All right. This podcast has went from PG to PG-13. We get.
Yeah, exactly. I get one F-bomb, just like in like actual PG-13 movies. That's right.
Did you say the S word multiple? You only get like 2 or 3 of those, right?
Yeah. You can't.
Is that how that works?
You can't push your luck on it, but like I think you could say it twice or 3 times.
Anyway, I think we have one game to play before we close out this podcast.
Oh, do you want to do a couple? You want to do a couple more? Never have I ever questions?
I would love to.
Yay! All right.
I'll do a couple.
Did you have any? By the way, did you have any last-minute insightful commentary on ketchup packets and the shortage this crisis that we are facing as a nation?
Bullshit concept. It is terrible for the economy. It's terrible for America, and it's terrible for the environment.
Listen, as a lazy,
give me the cups. I want the cups.
My closing thought about ketchup packets. As a lazy ass American, I don't want to have to deal with that crap. You're just making an extra step that I then have to deal with that's standing in the way of me eating my delicious food, okay? Also, Nick is right. If you're going to do this whole ketchup packet thing, make each individual packet bigger. Don't make them like the size of like my pinky finger. Come on, man. Like
yeah, that's good for what, like 3 fries?
Yeah, like 3 fries. Just get me like
I guess some breaking news just happened, but I'll text it to you later.
Oh, breaking news. Okay. But anyway, yeah, we'll do some never have.
Like, if we get into it, we will literally talk about this for like hours.
Oh yeah. Let's not do that. Let's wrap up the show with a more lighthearted never have I ever series of questions. Yay!
Yeah,
let me find those. Speaking of which, I have them queued up. This is the same list that we've been reading from the last couple of weeks.
Been going down.
We are about halfway through this son of a bitch.
I know, this big list.
Anyway, do you want to start?
Yeah. Where
no.
Never have I ever been to a country in Africa.
Nope.
No.
I have been to.
I've never even been outside of the States before.
I have been to Canada once, and that's it.
Nice. Never have I ever been on a fad diet. I want to. Like, I want to go on keto, but that's about it. Like, I just want to. I haven't actually done it.
For a point in time, I tried to go on a mostly fish and rice diet for like a week.
Oh, that's so much mercury, dude.
I didn't last very long, and it was one of those ideas where it was like the idea was better than the actual execution.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Never have I ever been to a fashion show. No.
I'm trying to think. No, I don't think so. No.
All right. This one I can answer with some clarity. Never have I ever been electrocuted. Yes, I have several times. I've had it. I've been electrocuted 3 times, and all 3 times should have killed me.
I used to have this carpet at my old house. I had this carpet where if you stood on it and you like walked in place for a second and then you touched somebody, you were guaranteed to shock someone.
But that's shocking somebody with like static.
Okay.
I meant like getting like Palpatine levels of power.
Okay, so one time I had a oh god. Yes, so the answer is yes, I have been shocked once. So one time I had a power strip, and I had it set up in my room, and it was like a basic white power strip.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a cup of coffee in my room, and I was sitting in bed at like 9 in the morning. and I was just kind of scrolling through Twitter or whatever, and I had my cup of coffee like in my crotch, like I was holding it with my legs, and like I went to go bend over to stretch, and the coffee like fell off, the coffee cup fell out from between my legs onto the floor, and like a sizable portion of it splashed into the power strip.
Oh no.
And I physically heard it go.
Oh god. Do you remember that old cornbread warmer that we used to have at our old work?
I remember this, yes.
That thing almost killed me twice. So you can't really see it anymore, but I gave myself quite a nasty burn off of that thing. But the last time I got hurt,
but Nick, tell me, how did it get burned?
How did it get burned? How did it get burned? How did it get burned?
How did it get burned? How did it get burned?
All right, so it was near the end of the night. I was talking to a waitress. We were just having a conversation, stuff like that, and I was just like, I know. So I went to go pull the cornbread out of the socket because the power switch didn't work. So you literally had to physically unplug it. I didn't realize that somebody already tried to unplug it. So like the connectors were like, it was halfway in, halfway out of the wall. So I went to go grab it, thinking I'm grabbing like the plastic part of the plugs. No, dear sir. I grabbed the connectors with the metal while it was still in the socket. And I basically, it was like that scene in Home Alone where it just went pew, and I fall down. And I'm just like, and the woman that was there, she was just like, oh my God, Nick, what happened? I was like, I was nonverbal for like 90 seconds. I don't remember that. What I do remember is my arm was stuck in this position. I was like a G.I. Joe action figure. Like I was literally stuck like this for 2 days. I could not move. Like if I put it down, it just would have went right back. It's like I had kung fu grip.
Whatcha? Oh, so you like actually like couldn't move the muscles in your hand?
Nope. My arm was virtually paralyzed for like 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Then there was a time where I was cleaning out some drywall, and then there was some stuck. I was like 10 when this happened, where I was cleaning out some drywall with a toothbrush because it was kind of disgusting in my old house.
Right.
And then I just got jolted. I was just like, pew! And I didn't go to the hospital, but my dad was just like, "You okay?"
Yeah. Right.
All right, you're good. He's fine.
There was this time that I didn't get electrocuted, but there was this time that I had a similar story like that happen, where I was at your old house, and we were in your garage, and you remember how like we had to physically like pull up like the button to the clicker for your garage door didn't work anymore.
Yeah,
and so
we literally had to
like lift it up, and so it would only go up to like there was basically like 4 or 5 feet of clearance. And so one time I wasn't looking where I was going, and I was in the garage with you and your mom, and I like turned around really suddenly, and like I hit the back of my head on like the metal shaft of the garage. But here's the thing, so your mom was like really concerned. She was like, "Oh my God, Patrick, are you okay?" And honestly, I felt fine. I was like, "Oh, I guess that kind of hurt. I have a melon head. I have a melon head."
Come on, melon head.
All right. Two more.
Never have I ever stolen something from a restaurant. No, I've had stuff stolen from me from a restaurant, but not vice versa.
When I was a little kid, I would accidentally take like the little like side cups for like, so whenever you order like a side of ranch or something, or a side of ketchup at a barbecue restaurant, they had these like little metal like dishes. And so as a little kid, whenever I would get a to-go box, I would put like, oh, this sauce is really good, so I'm gonna put it inside the box. And so I didn't realize until I was much older that like, hey, you're not supposed to take those. hey,
I mean, it's not like you were stealing like equipment or like really expensive ingredients. All right. Last one. Oh, I could definitely answer this one. Never have I ever had a bad allergic reaction.
Oh yeah. Yes. You actually have a pretty famous allergy.
Yes. So it is no secret that blue cheese and blue cheese dressing is my kryptonite. it will kill me.
Which is okay.
I don't know.
Which is so profoundly tragic because Nick makes a really good blue cheese recipe from scratch.
It's been featured in 2 different restaurants that I have worked at. It's like, you're gonna make the blue cheese dressing again? And I was like, no.
Yeah, like every place that you've ever worked, they steal your blue cheese recipe because it's that good, and it sucks.
It is that good. I'm like the Red Skull in Infinity War. I guide others to a treasure I cannot possess.
Exactly. Are you going to knock Scarlet Witch off a ledge or some crap?
No.
All right, fair enough. That's fair. That's fair.
But yeah, I will literally almost go into anaphylactic shock if I eat it. It is that bad. So much so to the point where when I first found out I had this allergy, they imported like this really expensive blue cheese from France, which I had to eat because it was part of my grade. I eat it and I knew immediately something was wrong. I was like, oh wow, my tongue feels kind of numb. Why does my tongue feel a little numb? It's like, oh god.
No respect at all.
And I was like, oh my god, my mouth hurts so fucking much. Oh shit.
Are you okay?
And then it was, yeah, Ollie's like messing with my equipment again. Gotta get a door. You can't scratch like that. It's distracting. So I eat it and I spit it out. And I'm just like, oh my god, I can't post anything for like a week. And then I go to the doctor and the doctor pulls me aside and says like, Mr. Caldwell, did you try to kill yourself?
What?
I was like, no, I didn't try to kill myself. What makes you say that? It's like, oh, because there's chemical burns in your mouth. It looks like you swallowed. Yeah. It was so bad they thought I drank bleach.
Jesus.
Or like that I gargle bleach. Yeah. It's like, you don't have to lie to me, Mr. Caldwell. Like, do you need help? Do you need assistance?
Really?
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
Yeah, he thought I poured like acid or bleach in my fucking mouth to kill myself. It was that bad of a reaction. My mouth looked like a raspberry for like a month.
The snozberries taste like snozberries.
And the snozberries taste like death. Anyway, I think that's a show, you guys.
Hang on. I'm trying
to. You want to do one more?
No.
Oh wait, yeah.
So I used to be lactose intolerant. But here's what happened. So
Your
when
lactose intolerance.
Whenever. So I used to be lactose intolerant as a kid, and then I started eating these like special like I got some medicine, and essentially what ended up happening is not only did my body grow out of it, but like despite the fact that eating dairy would like cause me to have like really bad problems downstairs. Like trust me, the less you know about that, the better.
Drink some lactate, fine.
The less you know about that, the better. So like essentially, like I would eat cheese.
If you know.
I would eat cheese and dairy so much that my body just like my body kind of threw up its hands and was like, okay, you win. You're not lactose intolerant anymore. And I'm like, yay.
That's the thing with allergies. Sometimes they come and go as they please. It's weird.
I think I just ate so much of it that my body like I gained an immunity to the acid or whatever.
You're like Wesley from Princess Bride. It's like, I've been slowly building up a tolerance to all these years.
Yeah, exactly.
I've been eating a slice of cheese for 10 years.
Now, Nick, here's the thing. Would you are the kind of person who are an honorable person. So you would put the cup of poison in front of me, but not in front of you. But you would think that I would think that. So you would put that in front of me, thinking that I would think that you would be an honorable person. But I know that you're not an honorable person because you're a bad person. And you're a bad person. Because you're a bad person, you would try to fool me by having the cup of poison in front of you and not in front of me. But you know that I would think that, so you would put that in front of me to trick me to think that I would do the thing that you would want me to expect me to do. Inconceivable!
Inconceivable!
I love
I would just be a jackass and just poison both cups.
I love the Princess Bride.
The Princess Bride.
Inconceivable!
Anyway,
you keep saying that word. I don't think it means what you think it means.
Oh, I love that. Oh,
I'm waiting!
Man. I'm waiting.
Okay, I'll stop quoting the Princess Bride now.
Oh God.
But
anyway,
but admit it. You wish I would keep going, viewer. You wish I would keep going.
Oh yes, we can go on for hours. Anyway, make sure to subscribe. Make sure to like and comment on this video within the first hour. It really helps us out.
And
if you're watching this on Twitch right now, give us Give us a follow. We
Do
do
it.
this every week.
Yes, it's
We
true.
also do live streams, and we're trying to bring you some new content.
Yeah.
Where can they find you, Bucko?
You can find me here on Twitch TV at twitch.tv/theobsidianman. You can also find me on Twitter at the Obsidian Man, but also if you search either Dark Knight Cecil or the Obsidian Man, you'll probably find me. I'm not hard to I'm not hard to find.
Not
at
a
all.
hard man to find. You can also find me on Twitch at Unlucky Magician 76. You can also find me on Twitter at Unlucky Magician 76. Send me a DM.
That's
Tell me
right.
your troubles, child. I will read you your fortune. No, I won't read you your fortune.
Toss a coin to your Nicholas, O Valley of Plenty. I don't know. I was trying to
Oh,
work in the
hidden-
song.
Toss a ranch to your host. Oh, hidden valley of plenty.
Oh, hidden valley of plenty.
Valley of plenty. Oh. All right then, folks. We had a good time tonight.
We did.
We celebrated 420 sober. We saw that The Witcher was over. We saw that we will find
Are you high
love,
right now?
death. Oh, I wish.
You look like you're blank. Folks, I gotta tell you.
Oh, hey, it's me, my best Snoop Dogg impression. Do your best Snoop Dogg impression. Go.
Okay. Yo, it's me, Snoop. Hey, y'all, it's me, Snoop. I'm sponsored by Raycon. Come on.
I'm sponsored by Raycon. And
My name
It's
is
me.
my name is Andrew Tate, and you're watching Let's Not Meet, a true horror podcast.
oh dear, that's another tax. I'm gonna put it in the Andrew Tate jar.
Andrew
Anyway,
Tate,
thanks
please,
for joining.
Andrew Tate, please come be a guest on our podcast. I love you so
Oh,
much.
we'd love to have you. Yeah, I would love to get a guest on the podcast. We'll have to wait and see. I want to get Dylan Brogan so bad.
Oh
I think
my
I can
god, that'd be
convince him.
incredible.
I think I can convince him. He follows me on Twitter still. I
That's
think I
right.
can do it. All right. So anyway, thanks for joining us. A ding, a ding, a ding, ding, ding.
Wear a
Good
mask.
night,
Go
everybody.
get a vaccine. We love you.
Go to the movies.